I think this year is that we can't afford to let them bully us. Where they're really, really strong is on set pieces, you know? They're always bad when we're coming, and they seem to just get a performance.
Everton are there for the taking. They are really there for the taking, and I expect goals.
Declan Rice has got a big part to play in that midfield, because I felt last year they kind of dominated that midfield. They kind of overpowered us. Record is horrendous. I mean, that's like on par with when we go to Man City. This place, man.
Yeah, I know.
It's the memories.
Welcome back to AFTV, everyone. It's Everton versus Arsenal in the Premier League. It's our return after the international break, and I can't wait to get started. We've been live for the starting 11. We had the news. We're going to go through that 11 again in 1 second. But for anyone who didn't join us, firstly, welcome to AFTV for the Game Day Live, and let's welcome our amazing panel. We have Laurie to my right, and we have Izzy, and we have Christian. All here to react to the game, to every moment as it happens, as it goes in. And of course, we have the amazing Frank on the information station. Let's give him a round of applause. I don't know if you can see him over there. He's ready to give us all the info. He's ready to keep us up to date with everything going on that maybe we might not see, what people are saying on social media, what they're saying on commentary, all that. But we're here to obviously react to everything as it happens. First thing to react to, we obviously reacted to the starting 11, but Mikel Arteta has spoken since then. Christian, I want to get your take. He talked about there's a lot of games to play. We're going to need these players. And you essentially were saying you can't leave them cold. You know, you've got to give them minutes at some point. So that seems a very different take on last season, where he wanted to go with the players he trusted more than ever. Is this him telling us he trusts the group he's got?
Yeah, I mean, when you bring in another top keeper, you have to give him minutes. You can't bring him in, promise him game time and just leave him on the bench. So yeah, he had to come in at some point. I assumed it would be like a Carabao or FA Cup, but it's today. We have to back him. Raya's a great keeper. And I think maybe it is, rather than Mikel Arteta seeing it as this is my best keeper, this is my second best keeper, I genuinely think he believes I have two great keepers that have different attributes. And like we were saying before, I think he sees this as the right game to bring Raya.
But that would be, is he reinventing football a touch? Because, okay, reinventing football's strong, but you've had, I mean, I think Barcelona, when they won the treble, I think they did alternate with Ter Stegen and Bravo, if I'm not wrong. But it's pretty unheard of that you got two different keepers, that maybe one's a bit better at this and one's a bit better at that, and so we're just going to mix it up. Because so much of goalkeeping is also the relationship you have with your back four, it's also understanding, it's also rhythm and confidence. Goalkeepers, more than any other position on the pitch, might not do anything for 15 minutes and then bam, you've got to switch on, and if you're not switched on, it's in the back of the net. So can Arsenal really afford to deploy a season-long strategy of we'll play who we need and when we need them?
I think it's good to have a backup. I think it's
this good though.
Yeah, I think we need a backup. I think now we've got that bench with our defenders and our midfielders that's so strong now. You know, I feel confident. It's not like, oh God, who they're bringing on now. We've got a good bench. Like, why not have a good other goalkeeper who's there to come on? Because, you know, touch wood is not going to happen. But if Aaron Ramsdale does get a knock or something, especially when we're in Champions League as well, we've got so many competitions coming up, we should have that other person there. So, yeah, I'm interested to see what he's going to do, actually, Raya.
And this is what's, you know, we're doing the whole, could it be this, could it be that? Could it just be, Laurie, that Arteta thinks Raya is better? And that is it. It's as simple as that. He thinks
I said earlier that I
goalkeeper.
do think that Raya is going to be the long-term number one. I think that, personally, I think that's why he was brought into the club. I don't think it's no accident or no sequence of events that's just happened that way. I think it's a strategic thing. That being said, he's in for today. I'm happy to see him, see how he performs. It will be interesting to see, though, if he plays well today, say he keeps a clean sheet, Arsenal win and it's all good. Does he keep the shirt for next week, Sunday?
Yeah, for the North London derby. What's it, do you think Ramsdale might have known about this for a while? I'm purely speculating here, purely speculating. Rumours emerged early in the international break. Raya is set for a run of games. Like, Arteta's going to give him a chance. So here he is starting. And then Ben Foster, who also has his podcast, Fozcast, he was saying that he thinks it's ridiculous that Arsenal have signed David Raya, that they didn't need him, and was sort of quite cutting about the transfer. Did he maybe know something? You know, obviously he's a former goalkeeper. Like, was he kept in the know maybe? You know, has Ramsdale known for a while? Listen, for that Everton game, we are going with David Raya?
I hope not. Because I think Ben Foster and Ramsdale have a relationship. They're definitely friends. So because you've seen them on the podcast together. So for Foster to come out and be quite visibly annoyed by the situation.
The timing was weird, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, but that would tell you that maybe Ramsdale was annoyed by the situation because he's probably spoken to him about it, I assume. And yeah, Ramsdale has a reason to be annoyed by the situation. If you've cemented your place as a number one, you think you've played good enough. Arteta's come out and said he's our number one. He's been given the number one shirt. To then go and sign another number one who's good enough to be number one at a lot of top clubs, you do go, right, so am I going to be the number one? Is he with the amount of games now?
Sky Sports are just showing us some of the defeats we've had to Everton as well. It is for anyone who hasn't heard this stat, and you might be bored of it, but if you somehow missed it, we haven't won in any of our last 5 visits to Goodison. If I'm remembering the results, there was a 1-0 defeat last year, Tarkovsky, 2-1 defeats before then, and we were ahead a couple of years ago. We drew level to a Pepe penalty, I think the year before that. So we've not done nothing. We've had opportunities to win at Goodison in this time, but we've never looked like we've been able to find our rhythm and flow. Does Fabio Vieira help that in that, if you want to get on the ball and play, Fabio is your guy to hopefully do that? He is.
I'm going to be positive about Fabio, and I as much as I'm surprised he's playing. As I said before, I'm impressed with him this season. So I do think he'll do something today. I do think he'll really be a pivotal player in the team, actually.
Yeah.
I hope he has a good game.
Yeah.
Just for his confidence. I feel like he's been coming off the bench. I feel like a lot of fans' opinion is slowly turning towards a more positive light.
Yeah.
I don't think it was necessarily positive last season.
No.
He showed glimpses. The game against Brentford, he came on, scored a couple goals. But yeah, he's had a couple of good cameos now. So I think if he plays well today, he could cement a place in the team.
Agreed.
I think as well, it's important to remember that in the pre-match lead-up, one of the interviews that Arteta gave, he spoke of the need not to be overly consumed with the physicality of the game.
Yeah.
So I think, if you think about it now, I kind of see where he's going with the Vieira selection, because basically what that speaks to me is that we've got physical players in the team, but we also need a guy that can get his foot on the ball, provide a couple of passes that will count, And let's be honest, Kai Havertz is not in the greatest form right now, whereas Vieira is in good form. So it does kind of make sense when you think about it.
The only thing is defensively with Fabio Vieira, because when you play as an 8, you do have to track back. We saw it from Xhaka last season. The amount of times he's back in our box, making those clearances, making those tackles. Odegaard isn't that guy, and I think they are quite similar players. They like to pick up those pockets between the lines. So it just worries me. Is Fabio Vieira going to be able to track back and do that dirty work?
Could be that Declan Rice may have to shoulder a bit more responsibility
He's got to do a lot of defensive work.
Because he's real box to box.
He was asked to do a lot against Man United, Declan Rice.
I think it could see
nowhere. I don't think Havertz I didn't even see him in our own box.
Yeah. Well, the players are coming out now at Goodison Park, maybe for the final time. We know that Everton are moving into their new ground, Bramley-Moore Dock, next season, but will it be at the very start of the season? Of course, the fixtures next year will tell us whether we've got one more Goodison Park appearance in us. Who knows, maybe an FA Cup or Carabao Cup draw will impact that too. But the teams are coming out. Beto leading the line. We're going to go through the 11 again in one set. Curtis, a very happy birthday for you, and thank you for the super chat. He says it'll be a great birthday for him if they win. Happy birthday from everyone here at AFTV, and I hope Arsenal give you the perfect birthday present. The teams are out. One player we haven't really, I know we mentioned the starting 11, but I don't think we've really actually internalised, Gabriel Jesus isn't playing, and he looked very good against Man United. Yeah. Is this looking ahead to the future games? And is this what Roy's going to say every time he rotates? He says, well, these games come up. Yeah, sure, but we need to win this one. Jesus should play. I kind of agree with Turkish.
He should play.
I'm surprised he's not playing, actually. Yeah. I thought because he hasn't played and he's come back, I thought he'd let him play this game and he'd be ready for the derby.
Yeah, that's true.
Is it because of the fact that he came back?
Player, I think.
He came back from the injury, let's face it, a little quicker than a lot of us anticipated. Maybe the manager's just, assimilating him back into the team.
Yeah, we know Arteta has a lot of faith in Eddie, and I think he's repaid that faith at the start of this season. probably in the best form of his life. England call up. You kind of can't drop him. Can you? Like, I know football is cutthroat and it should be you play your best team, like I said before, but he's playing so well. He's getting better. I think if you just take him out of the team and just put Jesus back in, like, he's still a young guy. What does that do for his confidence? I think he needs.
I think Arteta's trying to send the message that, like last season, where it was basically if Jesus fits, Eddie, you're out. You know, Trossard had a fantastic pre-season, so you know he tried to bring him in against Fulham, and it kind of backfired. I think he's thinking the team are doing what I want them to do. Yes, we don't look as fluid, but Eddie's playing his part in that, and he's in good form. So why risk it? But then you see Raya coming in and whatever. Yeah. Let's remind you of the starting 11. We're going to go to Frank just before kickoff. He's going to remind us of the 2 11s, and kickoff is imminent. Frank.
Yes, so you caught me off guard a bit there. I didn't know I was doing the 11, but let me get it
I'm
up
just
for
trying
you.
to keep you just trying to keep you on your toes, mate.
Okay, so we'll start off with the Arsenal 11, of course. In goal, we've got David Raya making his Premier League debut for us. A backline consists of William Saliba, Ben White, Gabriel Magalhaes and Alexander Zinchenko. A midfield 3 of Martin Odegaard, Fabio Vieira and Declan Rice. And then up top, we've got Bukayo Saka, Gabriel Martinelli and Eddie Nketiah. So that's our starting lineup. For Everton, we have got Jordan Pickford, James Tarkowski, Ashley Young, Mikalenko, Jared Braithwaite, Dwight McNeil, Amadou Onana, Arnaut Danjuma, Idrissa Gana Gueye, Beto and Abdoulaye Doucouré. So 2 very, very strong teams going into this game. I'm looking forward to this one. Come on, you Gunners.
Well, let's hope they finally start to turn things around. Of course, we are live in the comment section as well. Any thoughts you've got, get them in. We will be just all here, just hoping for the next 90 minutes. Let's see if Arsenal can make a fast start. Arsenal haven't really found their fluid best from last season yet. Can it come now? They're all around the centre circle, and I am not 100% sure why, but of course there will be, it's like a minute's silence that they are respecting now all around the centre circle at Goodison Park. Have you guys been to Goodison?
No.
No? I've never. I've only visited in the week, but you've been, haven't you?
I've been back in the day.
Yeah, I was going to say, Laurie, do you mention the atmosphere at Goodison being like a really, like a cauldron, like
it can be like that.
Go to.
It can be like
do you
that.
put that down to our form there in recent years?
I've definitely got something to do with it, yeah.
Because there are other stadiums that are very, very intense, but do you think, for you, is it like up there?
I think that's a part of what makes them a difficult side to beat. I mean, it's not impossible, because let's face it, you know, they've not won all season, so.
Yeah.
But yeah, on their day, they can, that can definitely come into play, so.
I'm sort of just taking it in, like, he's just gone with Raya and Fabio Vieira. Like, he's actually gone and done that.
That's what Champions League does to you.
Yeah. Gary Neville's on commentary, so yeah, we'll see what he's saying. Frank, do keep us up to date with anything Gary Neville says on the game. And
straight
Raya,
away, you see Raya? See how far out of his box
the
ball? No,
And
do you see how
Arsenal?
far out of his box he was on there?
Here to
Zinchenko
play, let's
midfielder,
go. Zinni inverting early on, and Arsenal quickly getting into, you know, normally sometimes you see from kickoffs they just go long immediately, don't they? But Arsenal here, probing early.
I want an early goal from us.
Yeah.
I think that will
That would be the perfect storm.
be perfect.
Don't concede in the first minute. Really.
Yeah.
There's nothing that shuts up supporters more than that, isn't it? Home supporters, when you get an away goal quick.
Yeah. Be very interesting what would have happened with Thomas Partey, because obviously Partey was starting right back, so we were inverting from the other side, and Zinchenko wasn't quite fit. You know, what would have happened with the 11? What would happen with Thomas Partey in particular if he were fit, just as Zinchenko was ready to come back? It's almost like it was timed sort of perfectly, wasn't it? Here's Odegaard now, wide to Saka. And lovely interplay. That's nice from Arsenal.
Go on.
Do you know Everton still haven't touched the ball yet?
Yeah, you're right. 1 minute on the clock and it's...
Commentator's curse.
That was the most flex from United.
But that was a good
I've ever
start though, a
seen.
minute in, and
Nearly got opened up.
put all the passes together.
And Declan Rice sweeping across to win it back early.
I think Partey would have played.
You think? In what position?
I think that's a good question.
Yeah, that's the thing. You know, was he seeing Rice as the new Granit Xhaka? I don't know.
Yeah, we haven't seen it
last
yet,
season.
but he could definitely play there.
He did it in the Community Shield, but that's it. Otherwise, he's just been playing him at the base.
Yeah.
And the ball goes wide to Martinelli. Lovely ball from Zinchenko. and he's looking for Fabio Vieira on that underlap, and we saw that a lot recently, especially when he came on against Fulham.
This is a good start by Arsenal, keeping the ball well.
Go on.
And it's into the box, and every time Laurie mentions Arsenal having the ball,
You got a corner.
No, we got a corner. It's a good start. You don't think that's a good start?
it's a good start.
It's a good start.
You've just got this unbelievable commentator's curse. It's phenomenal. I'll never forget 2-0 up at Anfield. I'd say that's game, set and match. Nearly lost it. Here we go, corner. Most goals from corners since the start of last season. Arsenal with 15. Can't remember most of them. We gave a lot of credit to Nicholas Yova and tactical insight. It's been a while since we've done that.
Give us an early goal.
Arsenal and Red Sox today.
I think we had the least conceded it.
We did at a point, but we've been quite poor from them recently. Saka into the box.
Oh.
It's headed out, but it was really put into a dangerous area.
I'm backing Saka to have a good game today. He's not been at his best.
No, he hasn't.
But I think he'll come alive today. I'm backing him
Help
to
that
do
he
well.
plays every minute of every game.
No, it does.
Ever. Ben White with the throw, goes to Odegaard. And now White, and they just got it on that corner, near the corner flag. They go out, build again with Saliba.
I think it would have been closer between dropping one of Saka or Martinelli over Nketiah for Jesus. I think in Arteta's head there was no way he was dropping Nketiah for this game.
Really?
He rewards form, and Nketiah's been brilliant, and he loves him as a player.
Yeah.
I think there was more chance of Saka coming out or Martinelli coming out.
Yeah. Oh,
no.
Really nice. So Saka he comes inside, drills it into Nketiah, who just nice little back flick, nearly plays Odegaard in on goal, but it didn't quite come off. And Raya's come up.
That little touch there, that's a sign of what you were saying, confidence.
Yeah, for sure.
Because, if you're playing within yourself, you don't even think to do something like that.
Any of that confidence for Eddie hampered by the fact that he didn't come on for England, or will he just be delighted he got the call up? Lovely from Zinchenko to find Fabio Vieira, and it's a slightly heavy pass, but Martinelli's managed to come away with something here. It's a goal kick.
Good start.
Yeah.
That would be an interesting battle. Martinelli will fancy his chances against Ashley Young, I would have thought.
Yeah, you'd hope so.
But Ashley Young, to be fair to him, he's been
still playing.
Yeah.
Was he 38?
For a succession of managers as well.
Not so young anymore.
I remember when he was a flying winger.
Well, he played in the 8-2, didn't he? He scored a couple of goals in that.
Yeah, he was a flying winger.
Bloody hell.
It's interesting how players kind of reinvent themselves as they get older.
Yeah, he was playing left wing. Now he's playing right back.
Yeah. And Eddie loses that header, but I think we can forgive him. Was that Tarkowski who came in yet? Yeah. Looks like it. And just for throwing, that pocket that Vieira picked up the ball in there that felt like last season when Xhaka would get that ball. The only thing is he just gets the pass to Martinelli wrong, but actually I think Arsenal would have been really encouraged by that. And here's David Raya now, deeper near goal. Everything's short so far. We haven't seen that long-ranging ball to Ivan Toney we've seen so often. And Martinelli has come really central to get that ball, and he's giving it away.
I don't think you'll see that long ball to Ivan Toney today, James.
No.
What's happening? What's Martinelli doing there? He's kind of playing in the mid. Vieira kind of pushed out to the wing. Martinelli was playing as like a centre mid. The
forwards and the midfielders have alternated a lot, where Odegaard, and then it was last year Xhaka, obviously this year Vieira, they'll come really wide, so that Saka and Martinelli can't come inside.
Did you see that?
No.
Arteta picks a ball up.
Yeah.
Ashley comes across thinking he's going to hand him the ball, and he just drops it on the floor. And Ashley Young gave him that look as if to say, come on.
Shithousery from Mikel. Beto, it was a nice little turn there on Gabriel, but Gabriel recovers well. And Rice, who nearly won it on the press.
Got to play forward there.
Yeah, ends up giving it away. I'm not sure what he was trying to do there. You're right, he should have gone forward.
Yeah. I think he tried to lay it to Saka, but was it Decore in there?
But Arsenal look like they've settled in okay.
Yeah, I was going to say slightly passive start from Everton. I expected them to be a bit more energetic.
Yeah.
But we have kept the ball well in the first 6 minutes. Not created any chances as such, but we have kept the ball well at least.
We've already had a few kind of what I call openings, if we sharpen up here, we can do something with the positions we're getting.
I think the manager will be pleased with what he's seen so far.
Yeah.
That's it.
I thought he was going
he nearly went with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Fabio Vieira's playing wide left. Looks like Martinelli's almost playing a more central position.
Yeah, he has picked up that space, and there's Fabio out wide.
Vieira's hugging the touchline.
See, Odegaard was calling for an early ball, but he didn't get it there from Saliba.
Do you think maybe they just rotate?
Yeah.
So if Vieira comes in field, Martinelli goes out.
They'll just constantly pivot from one another.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm so glad that the manager's gone back to that Saliba-Gabriel partnership. Because
a long ball from Saliba, he's looking for Martinelli. Tarkowski wins the header. And Young plays out the back well. Yeah, we nearly won it on the press. Good hard work from Odegaard. And now McNeil turning into trouble.
Yes.
And White wins it off him, and now here comes Odegaard. Coming inside, tries to slip in, Saka, Branthwaite gives it away for a corner.
I think Vieira in the middle there was the option.
That was a really strange decision from Odegaard. Why did he go for that? He worked really hard with White to nick it back.
Look, he sees him overlapping here, but then he's covered
Literally.
by McNeil. He's got to go.
I think I think the idea was good. The execution wasn't quite there, but the idea was.
I actually disagree. I think the execution was quite good for a pass that didn't really look that on for me. I think he should have gone to Vieira.
Yeah, I agree. Got to square that.
Vieira can hit them.
It's Vieira's moment.
It would have been Vieira's moment.
It's kind of his speciality, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just hitting them from range.
But then I guess when you see Saka bearing down on goal, like you do think.
Go on.
It's gone to the back post here. And Martinelli tries to cut it back.
He's got another corner.
Branthwaite clears it off Young.
Just kind of stepped on the ball there.
Arsenal started brightly here.
Is that, the corner last week, the Rice? Do you think that was worked on? With the Gabriel holding the centre back?
Oh.
Because he was holding Evans, wasn't he? He was holding him back, and then Rice kind of came round to the back post.
Yeah, I do. I think there was a we're going back post to Rice, block off the runners to get to him. Yeah.
It was brilliant.
It was good. And it was well executed.
Our set pieces were awful all game until that one. The 97th minute.
There's Rice lurking in the box now. A few others, Gabriel, Saliba, the tallest team to come to Goodison since the Invincibles.
Wow.
Well, for Arsenal, I mean. I'm sure Burnley will have had a...
True!
Fabio Vieira worked himself a decent spot there.
I would have backed him to do a bit better there.
Yeah, on his right foot, skied it. But
at least he had a shot.
He took a chance.
Yeah, at least he had a shot.
And again, picking up a nice pocket. He just lashes at that one a little bit.
You know what's good about this start? There's options. Every time someone gets the ball, they can play it through, they can square it, they can shoot.
How much does Zinchenko make a difference to that?
So much. He's arguably, I know a lot of fans disagree, but he's arguably our most important player when he inverts. Because when you have an inverted fullback, it frees up your winger. So every single time Martinelli is free because their winger has to follow Zinchenko inside, which is why he was playing Partey in the inverted position, because we didn't have Zinchenko. So when you play Partey there, Saka's going to be free because their left winger is going to have to follow Partey inside. They can't double up on Saka. It just gives you so much more freedom going forward.
Completely agree. Let's head over to Frank, see how he's feeling about the start of the game, maybe some stats as well in these opening 10 minutes to let us know, are the numbers matching what the eyes are telling us?
Absolutely, James. It's been a fantastic start from the Arsenal. This is what I like, energy from the start. We've had it in a few games this season where we've started fairly slow. Obviously, we had the game against Fulham where we conceded within a matter of seconds. So I'm happy that we've started fast very early on. No shots on target so far from the Arsenal. We've completed 78 passes to Everton's 15, and it's looking good so far. If we look at the influence on the game, I think you'll like this one, James. Zinchenko seems to be making the biggest impact so far in that inverted role. He's coming very central, and it seems to be working for him so far. So 10 minutes gone, it's looking good. I can see a goal coming very, very soon. So hopefully we get that in the next few minutes.
And he says it as Arsenal are playing out the edge of their own penalty area. Raya basically looking like a centre-back, but it looks like they've made their way out. Here's Declan Rice now, and it's lovely from Arsenal. Really well
They do look
composed.
really comfortable.
Yeah, 78 passes to their 15. I mean, that tells you everything. Arsenal have settled well. Is he right? They are looking comfortable.
Yeah.
Raya looks comfortable on the ball as well, which is nice to see.
Yeah.
It's always difficult for a keeper when
I'm
you're
impressed with
playing for a new
Fabio.
team.
That is good football. And Eddie crosses Pickford, and they'll give a free kick for that. Pickford doesn't look happy with his now England teammate. Come on, I'm not going to give a booking or anything. He's allowed to press.
He's still on the floor now.
I'm not.
Pickford is
very
very
crazy. I'm not sure he's
dramatic, isn't he?
It's a foul, but it's
He was overly dramatic.
Yeah, he was. Oh no, he doesn't catch him.
He does catch him, but I think he was a bit.
He's alright.
I think Jordan Pickford, the man who, full body lunged into Van Dijk's knee,
Yeah, absolutely.
I think should probably look at him mouthing off, listen.
What does he want? Yellow card?
Who's he telling to F off? He just got the decision from the officials.
I can't stand the bloke.
Do you know what?
I'm the same.
He's not better than Ramsdale for me.
Agreed.
But now he's going to have the game of his life.
He is a good keeper, I'll give him that.
Yeah,
he's a
you
very
don't
good
like
shot
him?
I
stopper.
don't like him. I don't even rate him as a keeper that much.
You don't?
Nah.
It's just like...
He's very agile, good shot stopper.
Just don't like him.
But he can be given to moments of rashness, though.
I think he's a 7 out of 10 keeper at best.
Yeah.
Chase that.
No, I do rate him, I do rate him as a keeper. But it could be his personality as well, he's a bit jarring, isn't it?
Yeah, I think he's quite jarring.
Oh.
But that is nice playing out the back. I'll give him credit.
Good closing down though. Where's
on his
Saka?
right foot. But Odegaard is working so hard.
Oh.
And Zinchenko, lovely little touch into David Raya. And Raya with his
go.
first ping that I've seen.
That's all right.
That's a great,
And
great
he's found
move.
Saka.
Make that.
He's found Saka. And now they're playing out the back.
Forcing them though.
Pickford said, David who?
They don't look comfortable.
Sean Dyche ball.
Maybe they do look comfortable now. First 10, they were giving it away. They were kicking out for throws.
We're saying when I was alluding to that, the long ball up to Ivan Toney, that's something we saw a lot at Brentford.
Yeah.
We don't quite have that target man up top, but what we do have is players that hold the width well and make runs.
But you know what? I like those
made
balls.
that
I'm not saying you should do that all the time, but what that does is it gets you up the pitch.
Yeah.
Sometimes when you're passing around, from back to front, sometimes you can over deliberate, lose the ball.
It's true. The only thing,
mix it up a little bit.
the thing playing against a team like this, you want them to press you high up.
Yeah.
So if you're just going long, they're going to love it all day. I think you want kind of a Nana, Gay, Decore to press Declan Rice, to press whoever's in the 8, if it's Martinelli there or Vieira.
I like the look of Declan Rice today. He's giving me that commanding vibe. Look, he's calling for the ball there, he's organising,
He's got
looking for the
fantastic-
options.
There's the ball.
no.
And Ketia there.
Yeah, that's leadership for you.
Here's Saka.
Through the legs. And again.
Lines with Odegaard. Lovely from Odegaard. Lovely feet in a tight space. Three
it.
players around him, and eventually lose it. I can't really blame him. There were so many there. Saliba's
Brilliant.
inside. Right. Now on the counter press, this is where Arsenal have to show a little something. And Rice there to win the ball back.
He's brilliant football.
He is just
I love him.
so quick.
Yeah, it's great.
And what he did there as well, like tracking back and winning that tackle, that is Rice all over, and
Yeah.
the energy that he plays with is phenomenal.
But you see, when you have those moments where you got the ball, then you lose it, but then you win it back quickly. You've unsettled a team that think they're going to counter.
Yeah.
So go with them. Here's Vieira now, coming inside.
You don't let them get their breath back when you play like that as well.
Nice.
Lovely ball from
Nice.
Fabio down the line
Got
to
no one
Eddie.
in the
He's
middle, though. No
offside.
one in the middle.
Stay on though, Eddie.
The Caicedo Rice debate, when it was which one would you have? I said Caicedo at the time. I was
did
so
you?
wrong.
Some of us said Rice.
Caicedo was brilliant for Brighton last
brilliant,
season.
yeah.
He was so good, but looking at this, I know maybe Caicedo, he hasn't had the best start. He's still a great player. But yeah,
I think a lot
was
of that
so
as well
wrong to say
depends
that.
on the team you're going into. Like
Of course, I think Caicedo, if he came to Arsenal, would have been great as well.
yeah.
I think just under Mikel Arteta, players just flourish, but Rice looks so good in there, man.
And here's Gabriel. Wins his header in that battle with Beto, but they've won the second ball. Gabriel nods it back to Raya, very composed. And here he is now on the ball, the new goalkeeper signed from Brentford. 19 successful passes in the final third for Arsenal, 1 for Everton. So territorially we're doing our thing.
To me, I'm like, Everton have been strangely subdued in this.
But we haven't also 16 minutes in, quarters early, we haven't asked a question yet.
No.
Although that's a lovely pocket of space Odegaard's found there. Finds Saka
I think
now.
it's fair to say we are controlling the game.
Yeah.
As you said,
Yeah,
definitely.
100%.
Yeah, I'd say so. Territorially we are.
Territorially.
Getting the ball back quick as well.
Look comfortable.
It's just exhausting to play against this. When you just don't have, you're playing at home and you don't have the ball.
Yeah.
I think first 15 minutes,
I expected a bit more energy from Everton, but this is good for us.
They can't get near us.
You've subdued them.
This is good.
Abdullah with a super chat, noticing the build-up shape with Vieira. Vieira and Odegaard sort of in that sort of box shape in front of Rice and Zinchenko got the ball. And here's Declan Rice. Now, we're 17 minutes in. Hit the like button, everyone. If you're enjoying this stream as well, big up to production who've done a lot of amazing work. To
cross needed.
Coverage.
That's all right.
There you go.
Right to the back post. Vieira couldn't do anything with it there, but Arsenal win it back. And now Gabriel finds Rice. Can Rice turn out? He can.
I've already seen more from Vieira than I've seen from Havertz all season in this game.
It's true.
Yeah. And White with the switch, and out it goes to Martinelli. Lovely touch. That's why your wingers hold the width. 1-on-1 with Danjuma. Oh, and can he's find Rice on the edge of the box. Gives it to White. White, he's
Someone
coming
hit
inside. Weird decision for White. He was right-footed, but he wins it back.
Well done,
and that is why you have the defenders nice and narrow to win the ball back. And made amends for the error.
I think Rice was calling for the ball earlier there because I think he fancied a shot.
Yeah, he got it.
They delayed the pass.
You think White was going for the cut back to his Rice?
I think he was the way his body situated there. I think he was waiting for the ball early so he could have a shot. Didn't quite get it when he wanted it, but hey, it's all good. But this is good. This is good. We just need
1-on-1 Mikalenko. He's had some joy with him already. Is he going to take him on? He is. But he might win a corner. He wins a throw. Not bad. But players and oppositions are learning about Saka. When you was a young, unknown entity, good with both feet, now everyone understands, you've almost got to give yourself a few yards because he will beat you for pace and trickery. You almost want to force him inside.
I think he can beat any left back in the world for trickery. I think you have to double up on him.
Yeah.
Whoever's playing left wing. Is he on?
Go on, there's a ball.
Martinelli
Shoot!
Pass. Yes! Was Eddie Nketiah offside is the question. Martinelli scores. What a pass from Vieira. But I'm just wondering whether Eddie Nketiah is offside here.
That's a bit strange.
They're not
but
celebrating.
Arsenal 1-0 up. Yeah, so it's a subdued.
Yeah, they're not celebrating.
So Saliba here, Gabriel gets it wrong.
I think it's come off an Everton player.
And he's on.
It's come off the core anyway.
I think he's onside. Lovely from Vieira.
Was Martinelli offside?
And Martinelli with a brilliant finish.
It's not a pass. It came off the core as a deflection, so he's onside.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Gabriel didn't pass it to him.
The rule changed, I think, recently, but I think it's fine.
Come
on, Arsenal, 1-0. Lovely from Vieira, by the way.
I wanted that 1-0.
I want to see it confirmed.
Let's go over to Frank. Anything on commentary, Frank, in terms of that goal? It's going to stand?
Yeah, so first of all, fantastic goal from Gabriel Martinelli. They are checking it. It was a very Thierry Henry-esque finish. Like you said earlier, James, you've got Gary Neville on the commentary, and he is suggesting that it's not offside, mainly because it comes off of Abdoulaye Doucouré. But I just want to give credit, first of all, to Fabio Vieira for the assist. I know there was a few questions about him starting this game. I think me and Izzy had the debate off camera, but she was confident, so I remain confident. And he's got the assist for the goal if it does count. So, fantastic from Vieira, and like I said, fantastic goal from Gabriel Martinelli. We're just checking to see if it's onside, but hopefully, and I repeat, hopefully it is.
That was, they are looking at it, right? What? So they've established that Nketiah's offside.
Gabriel didn't
play. He's not interfering with play.
It doesn't matter.
So I think
it's on the other side of the pitch, surely.
So the goal's not going to stand.
The Everton player.
It's not, the goal has a string, he's offside.
It came off the core. Gabriel didn't.
But one thing I would say though, I did notice it straight away. The Arsenal players did not celebrate with the usual gusto, did they? So maybe they
knew.
Maybe they knew. So did you notice that?
Is that
Frank, can we get you to look up the rule? Because I know they changed it for this year. I don't understand how a pass that wasn't a deliberate action towards Nketiah, that's come off a massive deflection from Doucouré. Let me know what they say, Frank. In fact, let's go to Frank now, because of course he's got the commentary. Yeah, what's happening?
Yeah, so I'm going to have to look at the rule anyways, because I'll find out for you a little bit later. But they're as shocked as we are on commentary. I think it's again because the ball that comes off of Doucouré is not actually being passed in an attacking way. It bounces off Doucouré, and that's how it ends up going towards that direction. So for me personally, without reading the rule, I don't understand how that's been given, but I'm going to read up on this and I'll be able to get back to you in a minute.
All right, cool.
Who are they judging to be offside then?
Nketiah.
Nketiah. Gabriel's gone to pass the ball square. It's come off the core, deflected to Nketiah.
Because if it's
who's
Nketiah,
offside, but it's come off the core.
Yeah, but if
Gabriel
it's
hasn't passed it.
Nketiah, that's why I was asking about who's the judge to
And
be offside.
Martinelli has now gone down. He looks like he's holding his knee. So
Here it is.
Because if it's Nketiah, he's
passing
on the other
square,
side of the
not passing
pitch.
it to Nketiah. The Core's kicked it to Nketiah.
Talk about not interfering with play. He's hardly in the frame.
and also that was an intentional action from Decore.
Unless they've given offside for that, Martinelli afterwards, I don't know.
I'm not sure. I don't know what's going on.
I do think though that it was noticeable that Martinelli and they didn't celebrate with gusto because I think they thought it might be a bit close.
Paul in the comments says clear offside. Can you tell us what the rule is, Paul? That's what we're trying to find out here.
I think they are saying it's Eddie here.
So,
but he's not. An Arsenal player hasn't passed him the ball. If they've changed the rule, then it makes sense. If
this is really weird. I'm not sure.
Actually, you know what? Yeah, because if Eddie is offside, then he's come from an offside position to collect the ball, and the pass leads to the phase of play leads to them scoring.
You say this,
so I can
but
say
if you think about offside, like if an Everton defender has the ball and passes it to an Arsenal player who's in an offside position,
off.
He's not offside, is he?
Martinelli's off. This is not good news.
So Martinelli is coming off. It looks like Leandro Trossard, which is very interesting. You've got Jesus, you've got Reece Nelson who came on, and Martinelli, who should really have put us 1-0 up and did his job, but the linesman saying no, and the VAR saying no, 0-0. But it was good to see Arsenal show that cutting edge. He must have just tweaked something there as he made that run, maybe in the finish. Maybe also shows why he wasn't happy in his celebration. He was feeling a little something. But Trossard is on, so show of faith from Arteta there. Weird last couple minutes. Let's just try to take it all in. Arsenal started the game well, go 1-0 up, Eddie Nketiah offside, took a deflection off Decore, but because the last pass was from Gabriel and he was in offside position, I don't even know what I think the rule should be. Like, I don't know what I think is like justice, if that makes sense.
If it's Eddie that's been adjudged to have been offside, then he's come from an offside position.
I don't know,
the
though.
pass.
It shouldn't matter if it's an
No,
Everton
but that's
player
why I
passing
asked
the
who was it that was offside.
But listen, I'm all for, probably more than anyone I talk about refs on this channel. Let's be fair.
I think they follow the rules, yeah.
Well, there's that, but also, let's think about it. If Gabriel, when that ball comes to Gabriel, if Gabriel actually hoofed it to Nketiah, the Everton players are right to hold a line. So then that pass from an Arsenal player has ultimately ended up going to Nketiah, who's offside.
It's a great ball by Declan.
Here's a great ball. Here's Trossard. I don't know. I don't know what I think is the right. Frank, let's go over to you. Anything from you as Arsenal continue to build here?
I honestly, I cannot find anything that justifies this being offside. The only sort of explanation that I'm getting is because Gabby played it off the Everton player, so that counts as an offside. I'm so confused.
Because it's a Gabriel pass.
Because it's a non-deliberate. Are they saying it's a non-deliberate action? Are they saying it's a non-deliberate action from the Everton player?
I mean, that can only be what it is. That's the only thing. Because it's a deflection if you think about it. It's not a pass. It is a deflection. It's just a strange one.
Because if you think about this, remember the goal years ago when, was it Gerrard played it to Omri?
Oh, that's great.
Come on.
Oh,
just need a pass.
Ben White. And he's getting Rice on his left, now he's right, and it's blocked. And it's now gone right, lovely touch. Fabio Vieira to the back post. Erdogan waiting, but Ben White took it from him. Good from Arsenal, good from Arsenal.
That's good from Arsenal, but a little disappointed that Fabio Vieira didn't elect to shoot.
Here we go, there's something here I've just found. So Nketiah's an offside position, and it's something to do with the intent when it hits the opposition player. So because there was no intent from Decore to play it back, Nketiah's judged offside, so you go from the last intentional pass, which was Gabriel's. But what I would say is, something doesn't add up, because Gabriel's intent is to go right to Saliba, and Decore's intent is to get something on the ball to block the pass. So, lovely touches from Zinchenko, by the way. He's been immense so far in this first 26.
I honestly think it's because Eddie, and you've said that he's the one that's adjudged offside, he's come from an offside position to take possession of the ball, and it's that phase of play that leads to us scoring.
Yeah.
I think that's why the goal's been ruled out.
I don't feel like robbed, if that makes sense.
No.
I just feel confused.
He is offside. If Gabriel passes him the ball, he's offside. The goal's disallowed. But there was a goal years ago when Gerrard put Henry through. And Henry's clearly offside, but Gerrard passes the ball and Henry goes and scores. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
A lot of years ago,
I've seen that
21 years ago, something like that.
But what's
if you think about that rule, Henry would have been offside if he's in an offside position when Gerrard's passing him the ball. Or any mistake, if a defender goes for a back pass and there's an attacker there, he's not going to be offside, is he? So I think it is the intent of Gabriel to make a pass and Doucouré not an intentional pass or deflection.
I think you're right.
But what is beyond dispute is that we are in full control of this game, and I think it's only a matter of time before we score.
We're starting to knock on the door a little bit more, but I think now we're entering that stage of
we need it.
Let's up it now. You know, cool. We've established territory. We're playing some good football. We've had a goal disallowed. Feels a bit unfortunate, but cool. It happens. I mean, let's have this right. The goal itself would have been somewhat fortunate because Gabriel's not trying to play that pass, and a deflection kind of puts us in that position. So
I'm just glad we still look dominant. A lot of the time, it's one of my problems with VAR is you can be playing really, really well, score a goal, you go to VAR, you're waiting 3-4 minutes, it's disallowed, and all of a sudden the other team is on the attack because they've got confidence.
We've got a super chat here from JAE who says, has Everton counter? So let's just watch this and we'll get to your super chat, JAE, but I appreciate the insight that's coming here. Here's Beto. Tries to go around Saliba, gets defends immaculately. So here we go. Jay says, I've been a referee. The ball's intended as a pass by Gabriel. The deflection was not an intended pass. It's very simple, actually. Thanks. Okay, but I think what you'll find is we're not actually disputing that side too much. What I'm asking is, a lot of the issues we have with referees aren't necessarily whether they're following the law, it's more about whether it's right. So is it right that Gabriel, who doesn't mean to get it to Eddie Nketiah, who does it, Eddie's not intending to be in an offside position there when he's not expecting the ball, but a deflection has taken it to him. It's a very deliberate action from Doucouré to block the pass, right? Like it's not, I think Arsenal can consider themselves not unfortunate in terms of the law, but I think it's not one I'm not sure is right in terms of how football should.
I know what you mean.
That's another great ball, that.
I don't know, I think we're doing this debut thing where we sort of love everything they do.
That's a great ball. And like I said, look how far it's got us up the pitch.
It's a nice ball. Yeah,
That's a great ball, man. I'm sorry.
Okay. It didn't get to Saka.
It got us up the pitch, James. That's what you want.
Yeah, well, anyone can punt the ball on. I'm not sure it's evidence of why we bought Raya.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that was a good piece of play for us there because it got us up the pitch. But anyway.
But don't get me wrong, I want to see long ball. At times I want to see us.
Yeah. I also think it's a bit lazy from Eddie. I think he's got to be in front of the defenders there. If any ball's coming to him, if Gabriel's facing him with the ball, or he's about to he's opening up his body, I think he's got to be onside for anything that comes into him.
Nice touches from Fabio.
But you know what?
Maybe
I think
it's harsh,
that feels harsh.
Offside apart, we spoke in the lead up to this game about us not being at our fluid beds. I would say without a doubt that this is the best start we've made in any of our 5 games so far.
I agree.
Just need a goal.
Just need to go, yeah.
Oh, Doucouré has done Declan there, and Declan knows it. There's a little shake of the head there as Doucouré powers forward into the space.
Oh, look, he's looking for a penalty.
He absolutely was looking for it, and the ref says no. And now it goes wide.
You see the way he went down?
He was absolutely looking for it.
I think he should have got a ball.
Oh, Trossard, no!
Leandro, man.
Trossard, that is appalling touch. And Arsenal could have countered there, and now Eddie's lost it. And Gay with a shot, but Raya holds on. Trossard, that was poor. Listen, if Havertz takes that touch, we're getting onto him. That is appalling, because that's our chance to go the other way there.
I think
absolutely look for it.
The referee should have got his card out for that.
Yeah, agreed. Here's Saka now. The game's heating up as Everton have started getting forward. And Mikalenko shot. You're going to book him, yeah?
I think he's taken out his spray.
Doucouré now is... Oh, stop.
Doucouré.
As he saying, it was close.
Look at him.
Nah, he's pulled his leg back already.
Absolutely looking for it. That is shame.
Do you think If he gives that, do you think the VAR overturns it?
Well, after overturning the Havertz one, they better bloody overturn it.
No, I agree.
They absolutely better overturn it because they've set a precedent now.
Yeah.
Before Havertz incident against Man United, it was as long as there's contact, we're not going to overturn it because we can't deem it a clear and obvious error. The minute they overturn that Havertz one, they said to everyone, we are now looking for whether we think you're looking for the contact or whether the contact is initiated by you, not the defender. So I bloody hope if the ref had given that. But let's say good refereeing though, he clocked there and then.
I agree.
That he's looked for it.
It's good refereeing, but I'd like to see him gone further and issued a card because I thought that was a blatant dive.
The thing is, there can be a challenge where there's contact, but it's not a foul and it's also not a dive.
Yeah, it's true.
But what struck me about that is that he was looking for that.
Yeah, of course he's looking for it, but there's also contact. I don't think it needs to be a booking every time it's not a penalty.
Yeah, I agree.
Like when I go to games, I always hear, if it's not a foul, then you have to book him. It's like there is such thing as a challenge with enough physical contact that is not a
No, you're
dive.
right. It's just that, to me, there seemed to be...
I have a slightly... It's one of my weird kind of football ideas that a lot of people don't like. Sin bins is one of them. And people in the comments are like, James, what a load of nonsense. But I almost kind of believe that not every foul has to have contact. So that Havertz one last week, and I know, with the rules and the way it's get played. Okay, actually Havertz isn't a good example. But do you ever see a player like have to, ride a challenge because someone's come steaming ahead, and they do make it. They do ride the challenge, but like a foul's not given, then they lose the ball. And I just think in those situations, like if someone's come steaming into you and you have had to just completely, and I say it's obstruction. That's what the word is.
Which incident are you talking with Havertz? What, the penalty one?
Well, the penalty last week.
I didn't think that was a penalty.
I don't think it's a good example.
Quickly,
but let's just say, as he's had to jump over two challenges that have come either way, you could argue that is a foul. That's but whatever.
I know exactly what you mean. If a winger's running down the wing and someone comes in with a big slides pretty quickly and you knock the ball past them and you jump over the challenge but then you fall. Because there's no contact, people say it's not a foul, but I know what you mean, that he is still impeding your run.
Yeah. But that's not really anything they've ever brought into football, so I've never...
No, that's true.
I mean, Saka's having some joy here now, and Eddie, that's good. Eddie didn't look like he was expecting that. Here's Zinni, driving forward, nice. Can he find Trossard?
Trossard looks a bit off it, man.
Trossard seems a bit off the pace.
I'm not sure.
I was going to say I liked Trossard as well, but he's not come on and there's nothing.
Sometimes that happens when a guy comes on for, but I wouldn't even say the game's particularly intense. It's not like he's come on and it's 100 mile an hour. We've got control of the ball.
Space. He's just not making the right decisions. He scored a good goal for Belgium, didn't he?
He did. I'm sure he'll find his...
I think my surprise about Trossard coming on is Nelson did really well coming on and just being an absolute problem against Man United. And he's more
Was that an elbow? Was that an elbow? A hand?
Oh, no. Fabio's not happy about it. Fabio's
head injury.
Not happy about it at all. And he's had a bright start, Fabio. I've liked his...
Yeah, that was a forearm.
Nothing in that.
A forearm smash.
Not deliberate though.
No, I don't think it's deliberate.
It's better.
Still hurts.
He's caught him right on the nose.
Don't forget, Trossard did start against Fulham and was pretty poor as well.
Shocking.
So he did get a chance.
Yeah, he was pretty appalling.
Yeah.
Sean Dyche.
That's not a foul.
Yeah. Sean
not
Dyche,
in MMA.
He loves it, doesn't he? And Martinelli's back out. We're seeing him on the bench. So he seems to have walked out. So maybe just a little something that he's not too happy with. But
are you surprised that he brought Trossard on over Jesus on the left?
I think his plan is to play Jesus through the middle. I have to say, Eddie's been a little quiet, if I'm being honest. He's not really imposed himself on the game yet.
And it is White.
Oh, he's...
hello. Benny Blanco. We'll bring it back to the other one, ref.
He took him out.
You're useless, man. Here we go.
That's not even
Two fouls. The ref didn't see any of them.
He took him out, ref. There's no debate here.
Did you guys see the Sheffield United manager speaking on referees yesterday?
Yeah, I did.
Best thing a manager said.
This is a dirty challenge, man.
Mikalenko, that's
He was on a
nasty.
yellow, no?
That could be a red.
Oh, that's definitely yellow, that one.
He's on a yellow, right?
Is he on a yellow?
Frank, can you confirm to us if he's on a yellow, Mikalenko?
I don't think he got booked. I think he was pulling out the spray when we saw that.
That foul there is definitely worthy of a yellow card.
Oh,
So
at least.
So if he's been booked before, he's got to go, surely.
It's a challenge that VAR would have a look at for a potential red card.
He didn't get booked for the first one, so he should 100% be on a yellow now. Did he give it in the end? I think the ref did give it in the end.
Yeah, but
no,
he
didn't.
Oh
No.
my God! Disgraceful.
They are so shit.
I'm sure Ty will have a lot to say about that.
Honestly, they are appalling.
Bro, that's a
that's our ball.
disgusting challenge.
That is
That's our ball! Oh my word.
that is what I would call a gross dereliction of duty by the referee there.
And now he can put another challenge in on Saka just like that before he gets booked.
So
look at Saliba there.
Saliba, brilliant.
Look at that strength.
I gave the ref credit for not spotting for spotting the dive earlier, not giving the pen. All right, cool. We could all see that from here, though.
Yeah, I was going to say. I mean, that.
But I do just think, I'm so glad the Sheffield United manager came out and spoke about how appalling these referees are and the standard, and we need more of that. We need more of that from, managers, from players, from pundits. When Tommy Hesse got sent off and, Carragher and Neville are like, yeah, well, I guess you're always going to get a second yellow for that. It's like, stop,
They're
get
scared,
it out.
man. They're scared to tell the truth. They think, what, they're going to get fined, they're going to get a 3-match ban. They don't know what's going to happen. The Premier League are strict.
Oh, look, here we go, look.
When it comes to talking about anything to do with officials, anything to do with anyone involved in the game.
Even the referee's laughing at Gay.
Listen, it's not a match-deciding moment we're complaining about, but it was just so obvious how Mikalenko isn't on potentially 2 yellows, let alone 1.
I'll tell you what, though, you say that, though, James, but you know that those battles on the wing are very important. So if he gets a yellow, he's on tenterhooks for the rest of the game.
Yeah, if Saka's in on goal in a minute and he pulls him down outside the box and gets another yellow, and gets a first yellow, but if he's already on a yellow, he can't do that.
That was a blatant yellow card. I mean, doesn't get much more blatant than that.
Young goes long. Gabriel wins his header. They were looking for.
I've got to say, Gabriel and Saliba have looked
Trossard.
outstanding at the back so far.
Trossard, he's done well to keep the ball.
Don't you think?
Who?
Gabriel and. Gabriel and.
Zinchenko gives it away.
Gabriel and.
Decore into McNeil, comes inside.
Saliba, sorry.
Let's go the left foot, blocked by Gabriel.
Right, let's settle down.
Middle.
Nice. Fabio Vieira.
Give him a run. Give him a run.
What's going on?
Rubbish movement, and he's done really well just to look after the ball there.
I don't know, I think he should have given him it.
Zinchenko, man.
Well done, Zinni.
Yeah.
Technically, watching him in real life is one of the best players I've seen at the Emirates.
Yeah,
he's so good.
Lovely ball. Was that Vieira who played the pass?
I think so.
Is Saka coming inside?
He's having a good game, Saka, actually.
Well, he's looking a lot better with his decision making. And he's played by Rice into White, and White, I don't think, was fully convinced he was going to come away with the ball there. Here he is. That's lovely. Oh, that's really nice. Right with the left foot into Pickford. Let's go over to Frank just for some other stats, numbers, insight on how the game is looking statistically.
Yeah, so even now it's still all Arsenal. We've seen 78% of the ball. If you look at passes completed, Everton have only got 56 to Arsenal's 265. Interestingly enough, Everton have only completed 7 passes in the attacking third. So when I say it's all Arsenal, I mean it's all Arsenal. But the game's getting a little bit more aggressive. I think that's the word to use at the moment. There's some heavy tackles going in, questionable decisions from the referee, whether they should have been cards or not. We just need to calm down. If we can get a goal before half-time, perfect. If not, we need to go and just show the same energy that we showed from the start of the first half, and we'll still be in a good position.
Frank, could you just have a little look, if you're able to find it on that app? Let's go Stat Zone, fantastic app, everyone. Just let us know Nketiah's kind of touch numbers generally, because he's really struggling to get involved in the game, it seems.
Yep, so I should be able to find that. So if it wants to update, you might have to give me a few minutes here, James.
No worries, we'll come back to you in a sec. Here's Saliba now. Gabriel.
Yeah, I mean, to the naked eye, Eddie's struggled to get involved.
Yeah.
He might argue he's not had a lot of service, but I've not really seen him. He's definitely not imposed himself on the game. That's pretty obvious.
He's not doing anything wrong when he gets the ball. He's just not getting it.
Yeah, he's just not involved in the game as much as he would like.
One thing I say about Declan Rice,
I do agree with what Frank was saying as well. This game's starting to get a bit tetchy. And it could be because of the referee's decisions. Sometimes that kind of riles players from both teams up.
So, see Declan Rice there, he really drops into the back four, back three to get the ball. And it might be able to allow White to get a bit higher. But I will say that when Thomas Partey plays as the six, he's actually very good
Look at that.
still holding the space in midfield. That was brilliant from Rice. So I don't know if it's instruction or if Rice just naturally likes to come a bit deeper. Here's Zinchenko now. The pitch is opened up a little bit. He's looking for a shot, but he goes wide to Trossard. Trossard, 1-on-1 with McNeil. They've doubled up there. He's going to need some help, but he finds Zinchenko in the pocket of space. And now he has to go back to Gabriel, but can Arsenal keep them pinned in here? I still think we need some pace. I'm not sure Trossard, he's not slow, but he's not the really direct option that Martinelli can be. Here's Gabriel.
He just likes to drift central a lot more, Trossard.
Yeah.
I think you need someone to hug the touchline here.
Here's Rice.
That pacing behind.
You know what it is? I think the difference with Martinelli and Trossard is Martinelli's default position is to try and beat the fullback.
Yeah.
Whereas Trossard was, James was saying, tend to hold the line a bit more.
We found a pocket here. Here's Zinni. But Trossard trying to win it back on the edge. Nearly does. Fabio Vieira. Really good work rate. Really good.
That's lovely.
And he really feels like he's settling in at Arsenal finally. Eddie gets a little bit of the ball here. Back to Declan Rice. Can Arsenal do something here? Here's Ben White. We're approaching half time. About 2-3 minutes to go.
One thing's for sure, if this was a boxing match,
let's go back over to Frank, who's got some numbers on Nketiah.
Yeah, so I've got the stats for Eddie up here. Like you said, James, he's not been in the game at all today. He's only received the ball 6 times, and in terms of his distribution, he's only made 6 passes, 50% of which have been completed. So he's only completed the 3 passes today. It's not been his best of performances, but he's not been in the game at all. Maybe that's something that we look at going into the second half. We need a goal. As you say, it's been a long time since we've won here. Maybe bring Jesus off the bench, rest Eddie for Wednesday. I think that would be a good change going into the second half.
Izzy, do you think Jesus would have been able to get in the game a little bit more here?
100%. I didn't want him to play, but now
we're in behind. Fabio pulls back to Eddie. Wrong move. But there was a deflection. Rice trying to sweep up. And Beto is carrying Everton up the pitch, but Zinni does well.
Shall I tell you straight away with Jesus, what he would have done is, he would have gone looking for work if the ball hadn't come for him. So he would have dropped a bit deeper, demanded the ball, and started to make an impression that way.
He's got that extra pace, Jesus.
Yeah.
That's good from Vieira.
Whereas Eddie's not really that type of player.
I've not ever been a fan of Eddie, really. Like, I think he's good. I think he gets those finishes, but he's not Jesus, is he?
No, he hasn't got the technical ability of Jesus. But
what we haven't done is spun their defenders. It's done things that make you think, right, here we are. We're making them uncomfortable. I feel like their centre backs have been fairly comfortable.
Yeah. I think the reason Eddie's struggling to get in the game is Onana's almost dropping back between their centre backs.
Right.
So that pocket that Eddie picks up between the 2 centre backs, for us to play in for him to hold it up, Onana's there the whole time. So if he wants to get on the ball, he's got to drop deeper.
Agreed.
I'll tell you what's interesting, just looking at the stats of the game, is that unbelievably, is that in terms of shots on goal and shots on target, the 2 teams are equal.
Oh, that's a great ball.
Fabio Vieira's nearly in.
That's
shots on goal and shots on target. There.
3 each. And 1 on target each.
So we're not really asking enough questions.
Yeah, for the amount of possession and control we've had of the game, we should really be.
4 minutes added time. Of course, Arsenal did have a goal disallowed, and the VAR check will have added to all that. A couple stoppages for injuries and stuff as well. Martinelli came off. Saka took a few hits, but it's still 0-0. And I think we'd all say everything but the final third quality from Arsenal.
Yeah. Do you think how pleased the manager will be? I mean, on the one hand, he'll be pleased that we've had so much possession, but then he'll be slightly disappointed that A, we've not scored, and B, we've not really tested Pickford as much as we might have done, right?
I think Arteta's message at half-time will be, if he has a list of things he wants the team to do, I think he'll go, brilliant, 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 this is terrible. And that this is terrible will be what you're actually turning this possession and domination into. But hello, McNeil's final space
good
and Rice
defending
and
again from Saliba.
Deal with it.
I mean, it could be argued which manager, if it stays like this at half-time, will be feeling the better.
100% Dyche. But I don't think Arteta will be feeling better.
What was that?
Another.
Oh, that's a nasty one as well. Achilles.
That's no more yellow card than the Saka one, is it?
Maybe it's a totting up thing. He's done his Achilles there, look.
Oh, sorry.
That's a
Hold
good
on. Ashley Young, you watch him here. He is thinking nothing but, I'm going through him here.
Yeah, of course.
You see his face. He's looking going, I'm going to just kick the shit out of him here.
And you know what was interesting as well? Normally with Ashley Young, he's quite a vociferous type of player where he argues everything. Did you notice he didn't have no arguments with that,
Yeah,
did he?
no, of course.
Because he knew what he'd done.
But that should be both their fullbacks on yellow cards.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's
I don't
interesting,
know.
James.
I think
So
that
you
was,
think
that was more malicious than just a yellow card, is all I'm saying.
You think that's a red?
It's an orange.
Yeah, it is an orange. It's like if a sin bin existed. Like it's.
And you know what?
There's no attempt, and it should, by the way. There's no attempt to win the ball there.
No, there
No one
wasn't.
could tell me he looked at him and went, "Yeah, I'm trying to win the ball." Well done, Trossard,
Good.
working really hard. Saliba's down.
I agree with you, James. That tackle was, you're not going nowhere, mate.
Yeah, that's the confidence. See,
what it is.
Trossard there, instead of turning forward, he turned back. I think that's just a little bit of lack of confidence there,
we
man.
did say a couple of minutes ago, this game's definitely getting a bit more physical, a bit more tetchy.
So what happened with Saliba?
Here we go, look.
Nah, nothing really there.
Is there a stray arm?
It's a painful one, but I don't think it's
About
Ooh,
not
one
too much
there.
in it. I don't know.
Oh, there's two! He's quite neat with his arms and elbows, Ben, because he just did a similar thing to...
He definitely looks quite flaily, but I'm not sure any of these are deliberate.
Nah, it's just
Or
a physical
either that,
play.
or he disguises it very well. So that's interesting, James. So you think that Sean Dyche will be the more happier of the two managers going in if it stays like this, do you?
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
I don't think Arteta will be unhappy.
I think it will be.
Do you?
Yeah. I think we've shown, all right, we can dominate a game, but we're not creating anything.
Yeah, that's the thing.
I don't think we've created one click, apart from the goal that's ruled out.
We've
It's just
definitely
created a
not
clear-cut
worked.
chance.
We've definitely not worked the keeper the way we should have done. given
With
him
this
that
amount of possession, you should be creating something. I'm not being negative because I think we have played well,
Fabio.
but I think he'll be disappointed in that.
Could change here, though.
Oh, lovely.
He's doing really well, Fabio. And he's picked out White. What a pass.
We could have hit that.
Pulls it back to Declan Rice. Here's White again. This is the last move for Arsenal, really.
One thing I would say, though, I've got to give Everton some credit. They do defend, especially around the box, quite tight. So they're denying us as much as they can in terms of getting shots off.
I don't think
There you
Arsenal
go.
get many more
Oh, yeah.
chances.
Yeah,
in.
no, that's done.
And that's half time? Or is he giving a free kick? It's a
Half-time.
half time. They're walking like it's
Yeah,
half
it
time.
is.
It's half time. Everton 0, Arsenal 0.
Shame.
Arsenal had the ball in the back of the net, but Eddie Nketiah judged to be offside by a rule that he probably judged correctly. I'm not sure it feels right, but anyway, we can't have too many complaints. Mikalenko probably should be on a yellow for 2 very heavy challenges on Saka. Hasn't picked up 1, but there was a yellow card for Ashley Young for a flying into the back of Trossard. Beto started to look a handful as the game's gone on, and Arsenal have probed. I think.
Definitely a handful,
Yeah, well, yeah. Vieira has been bright, and Arsenal generally, I think, are doing a lot of things well, but they're not asking enough questions.
Yeah, for sure. I think anyone can see we're playing well. We look more fluid than we've probably looked in the first 4 other games. Yeah, just can't kind of just unlock that final pass.
I think that's the thing with Arsenal though. Well, it's fine we struggle to finish sometimes when we should be just getting them in. And it's such a shame because we start so well and so strong. It's just that finish. Yeah. But it's all I feel like it's in a few games we get that though. It's like, why are we not finishing?
Well,
Yeah, I agree.
yeah.
But do you think it's the finishing, or do you think it's getting into those
Getting
positions
in.
that we're struggling in?
Yeah,
Both.
it's the finishing the move. I don't
Yeah.
like, it's like, I've not seen any here where I'm like, oh, you should have scored that, because we're not getting to the bit where I should say.
I feel like everyone
you should have
just
scored
sort of
that.
panics a bit. No one knows who's going to have a go. And
Yeah.
But that's the problem. It's all good saying, yeah, we're playing really well, dominating possession, but if we're not getting to the bit where we're going to create the chance for the
And sometimes I
finish,
think,
it's
like,
not good enough.
you look at the stats of the game, so I've just checked, 78% possession away from home. That's very good. However, only 3 shots. So that suggests to me straight away that somebody needs to take more responsibility in terms of once you get the ball in and around the box, try and create a bit of space, take it on, even if it goes over the bar. That's what I like to see, positivity in that regard. So hopefully in the second half
I
we can
think
address that.
he might bring
'Cause everything
Jesus
else
on,
is
you know.
good.
You think he'll bring Jesus
I
on
do
early?
think Eddie's been too quiet.
No, I agree with that.
I would love him to.
I actually forgot he was on the pitch.
Arteta doesn't make half-time changes.
Yeah, that's true. He won't.
We've learned anything from the
Unless
past.
they're having an absolute disaster.
But I hope he doesn't leave it till last minute to bring him on.
He should give him 10 minutes.
Yeah.
No more than that.
Eddie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mackies, I really didn't need that advert popping up. All right, everyone, we're going to leave you in the very, very capable and insightful hands of Frank and the information station. We'll be back in about 10 minutes as the second half kicks off. But it's 0-0, positives, but still some work to do.
Yes, people, welcome along to the halftime show. Everton 0, Arsenal 0. Now, I think that scoreline doesn't warrant how we've played in this game. I think it's been all Arsenal. I'm very surprised that we haven't got a goal yet. We've had a few opportunities. We just haven't taken them so far. If we look at the stats here, in terms of the possession, it's been all Arsenal. We've seen 78% possession. If you look at the shots, Everton's 4 to Arsenal's 3. Each had a single shot on target, none of which are considered to be big chances by SofaScore. I think it's SofaScore. I'm not too sure if that's the right app. In terms of the completed passes, Everton's 72 to Arsenal's 346. Of those being in the attacking third, Everton have only had 8 to Arsenal's 84. So like I said, all Arsenal in this game, and of course, still 0-0, and we're still searching for our first 3 points at Goodison Park since October the 22nd, 2017. And I do believe this is worth bringing this back up again because it's quite a blast from the past. That result was a 5-2 win thanks to goals from Nacho Monreal, Mesut Ozil, Alex Lacazette, Aaron Ramsey, and Alexis Sanchez. Jack Wilshere also got an assist on the day. So it's been quite a long time and the team has changed a lot since that game. But let's talk about a few things in that first half. Obviously, there was the offside decision for Gabriel Martinelli's goal. Now, I've been looking into it off camera, and by the letter of the law, it is an offside. However, I think that rule is a very, very flawed rule. If you look at the pass that's played from, I believe it's Gabriel, it's not even going in an attacking direction. I think he's trying to play the ball to Saliba or Zinchenko. It's one of the two. And the ball bounces off of, I believe it's Decore, and that's when it goes into the attacking position. Yes, Eddie Nketiah is offside when the ball is played, so that's why it's been given an offside. But I believe personally that the rule should be that if the ball from the Arsenal player isn't played into Eddie Nketiah or the attacking position or with an attacking intent, then that shouldn't be considered as an offside. It is really a flawed one for me. I'm just annoyed that we haven't got a goal. If we take a look at some of the big performers so far, I can get it up here. We can look at this. The top player so far in terms of shots has been Ben White randomly, the only Arsenal player that has got a shot on target so far. So Ben White's had a very good game, may I say. I think everyone, minus maybe Trossard, has played very well today. Trossard obviously coming off the bench for Gabriel Martinelli, who did look to pick up a slight knock. He did walk back out to the pitch. So I'm hoping it's nothing too serious and that it will be available for, the Champions League game on Wednesday and then the big North London derby next weekend. In terms of passes complete, William Saliba's completed 57 of his 61 passes. Ben White, 55 out of 63. Gabriel Magalhaes, 54 out of 59. Declan Rice, 50 out of 53. And Alexander Zinchenko with 49 out of 55. Now, I've got some stats here that I was going to give you guys before the match. We just didn't get into it in the end. They are related to mainly before kickoff, but they're still very interesting to know. Everton have won 4 of their last 5 home league matches against Arsenal, including each of the last 3 in a row. They last won 4 consecutively against Arsenal between March 1910 and March 1913. So we're going back to pre-World War I times since the last time that Everton beat us 4 times in a row at Goodison Park. So that's over 100 years ago. I'm hoping we can get the goal that will end that record because we can't have that happening. In terms of, we'll get on to Sean Dyche. Sean Dyche has won just 2 of his last 16, now 17 at the moment, Premier League matches against Arsenal, with his side scoring just 7 goals in these matches. However, one of those wins was his first match in charge of Everton in February last season. The other, I remember it for a very specific reason, was the 13th of December 2020, and it was my 19th birthday, so thanks for that, Arsenal. A great birthday present for me. The last one I've got to give you, Arsenal have won 100 of their 204 meetings with Everton in English Football League history, the most any team has ever beaten another. So there's a lot of history in that there. I'm just really hoping we can get that goal because we really need to get over this, what I like to call the Goodison Park curse. It's been, 6 years since we last beat Everton at Goodison Park. And that's not a good record to have, considering how, if you look at it, how far Everton have fallen since those times. I mean, there was a period of time where Everton were a very good, like top tier side, top end side, should I say. But right now they're struggling to stay in the league, and for me, I don't think they're going to do it this season. I think James said it before half time. This could be one of the last times that we're playing at Goodison Park, not only because they're moving to a new stadium, but also because they might not be in the Premier League next year. But that's just my opinion. Let's see what everyone else is saying in the chat. If I can pull this up, let us know what your thoughts are so far on the game in the chat. Do we need to make any changes? Like I said, I think there were some very good performers in that game. David Raya has looked like he's been there for years. David Raya is working very well with the defensive line. He's had a lot of touches on the ball. The defence looks very comfortable with him in net. Not just say that Aaron Ramsdale doesn't look comfortable with the defence, but for David Raya, you can see that, like I said, he just looks comfortable. Let's see what everyone else is saying. Why Arteta played Saka every game without a rest? Jesus on, Eddie off, please. Kai, we need you too. Now, I understand what you're saying. Kai, I think Saka, this is like, I believe it's the 86th or 87th consecutive Premier League game that he's played for us. So I understand what you're saying in terms of the rest, but I think the main reason he's played today, I don't expect to see him play on Wednesday against PSV, mainly because we're going to need him for the North London derby. I know he's not in form at the moment. However, in these big derbies, form goes completely out of the window. It's an entirely different game. And I think in these games, you need your best players. And at the moment, Bukayo Saka is the best player at Arsenal. A lot of people saying that Gabriel Jesus needs to come on. And I completely agree. We brought up the stat during the game. At the time, Eddie had only been given the ball 6 times. And in terms of his distribution, had only completed 50% of his 6 passes. He's just not been in the game. I don't even necessarily think that's his fault. He's just not that kind of striker. The way that Eddie works best for me is he's off the shoulder of the last defender, in behind. He's definitely a better finisher than Gabriel Jesus for me. But in terms of all-around play and general footballing ability, I think Gabriel Jesus is the person that you need to have in this game. I think I said it before the game. Everton's one of the teams that he plays very, very, very well against. I think the stat was, it was 8 goals in his 9 games that he's played against Everton. So if you need someone that's going to come off the bench and score you goals, Gabriel Jesus is the guy, and especially in this game. I mentioned in this game away from home, in terms of another person that scored a lot of goals away from home from us. Since the start of last season, only Erling Haaland and Harry Kane have scored more Premier League away goals than Martin Ødegaard's 10. He's had a good start to the half. I think some of his decision making has been questionable, but we've seen that a lot from Martin Ødegaard in the past. But if he's going to score goals, obviously keep him on the pitch. He's, by sheer stats alone, he's the person that's most likely to score us a goal in that second half. Let's take a look at some more top performers in this game. Attacking third passes, we've got Declan Rice that's completed 19 out of 20 attacking third passes. Ben White completing 15 out of 21. Martin Ødegaard 12 out of 13. Bukayo Saka 11 out of 13. Alexander Zinchenko 10 out of 15. So we're getting a lot of the ball, and we're creating a lot of chances in that attacking third. It's just now about finishing them, because you're not going to, sorry to sound like Michael Owen, you're not going to win games if you don't score goals, and that's ultimately what we need to do. And I do believe, as unlikely as it is, that he's going to make a change at half-time, because we all know that Mikel doesn't really like to make changes that early on unless there's something, catastrophically wrong. I personally believe that you need to see, and again, it's nothing to do with the way he's played. I just think Gabriel Jesus is more suited to this game. I do believe that you need to see Eddie Nketiah being replaced by Gabriel Jesus going into this second half. We've got someone requesting some stats on David Raya. Let's actually take a look at that, because that's an interesting thing to know. Because like I said, he's seeing a lot of the ball in this game. Let's try and get mainly the passing stats, really. He's completed 12 out of the 13 passes that he's had the opportunity to make. 92.3% success rate. Inside defensive third, obviously 9 out of 9. And he's actually got a lot of balls up towards the attacking half as well. 3 out of 3 completed down the middle third, and unfortunately, he didn't complete the pass on this occasion, but he actually got 1 pass up to the attacking third as well. He's looked very, very promising, and I like this competition that we've got at Arsenal at the moment. I said it before the start of the kickoff. I think in terms of squad depth in that goalkeeper position, Arsenal are currently the leading team in the world, because we've got 2 goalkeepers that, while they're not at that level yet, they're certainly pushing towards that world-class level. You could put Aaron Ramsdale into almost any team in well, I say Europe, but the world, and and he wouldn't look out of place. You could also do the same with David Raya, and he wouldn't look out of place. So there's your stats on David Raya. Hopefully that was what you was looking for. Let's see what everyone else is saying. The live chat keeps cutting off for some reason. I don't know why that's happening. Gabriel Jesus must come on. Saliba got elbowed. I think that was the one from, was it Beto? I don't think there was too much in that. It's certainly not intentional, in my opinion. It wasn't intentional. However, there is contact. And, if I think the referee was in the best position for it. I think he was right in front of the two players. And for me, that should have been a booking for Beto. Emile Smith-Rowe on Trossard off. I think that would be very, very harsh to drag Trossard off, considering he only came onto the pitch 10 minutes into the game. I think... Look, if it's not working, it's not working, absolutely. If it's not working, eventually you need to bring someone off. But I don't think that's the kind of change that Mikel's going to make early on in the second half, considering he came off the bench to start with. That might be a change that we get towards the 60th, 70th minute of the game. Fabio has been the best. Now, I want to give credit where credit's due. Fabio Vieira has been amazing in this game. A lot of fans were calling for him to start at some point. I didn't think this would be the game that he would start. Like, I think me and Izzy mentioned it before the game, the physicality, it doesn't seem like it was going to be there for him. However, he has held his own in this first half. Got the assist, of course, for Martinelli's offside goal. And what a pass it was played into Gabriel Martinelli, and a Thierry Henry-esque finish, as I described it. It's just unfortunate that it was offside on that occasion. Saliba play acting deserves an Oscar. That's harsh. There's definitely contact, okay? I don't think there's any debate about that at all. Held says 1-0 Everton in the 88th minute. That would be awful. Absolutely awful if that happened. But getting ready for the second half. It's going to kick off in a moment. You were joking. He never touched Saliba and Saka dived. Listen, I didn't mention anything about the Saka one. He probably did dive. I can't quite remember the one you're thinking of. But I definitely do believe, yes, it's light, but there is contact. That's just my opinion. Let me know your opinions on that in the chat. He's not been amazing. People are now gassing Fabio Vieira too much. I think that's harsh. He's definitely played well in this game. He's doing a lot better than I thought he would do in this game specifically. So I think you're being a bit harsh there, if I do say so myself. Sleep was going on like a girl. Grow up. Behave. That's not necessary. Did Martinelli get an injury? Yes, he did come off due to an injury. It doesn't look to be anything serious. He did walk back to the bench after he'd come off. So, I mean, it's hard to tell at this moment, but he looks fine on the sidelines. I'm hoping it's nothing too serious and he'll be ready for Tottenham. The players need to get at Ashley Young. He's on a yellow card. I absolutely agree. Leandro Trossard really needs to be on Ashley Young. If we can get this Everton side down to 10 men, I think we can seriously take control of this game. Not saying we're not in control already, but if we can get Everton down to 10 men, I'm looking at this Abdoulaye Doucouré one as well, and I just want to see, is there any contact? I think he's already on the way down before he even there's definitely contact, but he's already on the way down. He's absolutely searching for it. No pen in my opinion. But yes, back to that Ashley Young point. I certainly do feel that that's an area that we need to target. All it takes is one foul and he's off. And Leandro Trossard really needs to take advantage of that. Another Trey this time saying we need Smith-Rowe on. I really feel sorry for Emile Smith-Rowe because we've got a situation with Emile where he's a fantastic player. We've seen that a lot over the last few seasons. However, there's just so many people in his positions that are doing well at the moment. But guys, we are going back into the second half. We're just about to kick off. Everyone is ready on the sofas. Back to you, James.
All right, so the Arsenal players are out. They've done a huddle, and the Everton players are still coming out. So I'm not sure what's taking them so much longer. We've just been talking a little bit about the offside. I mean, seeing what's been said. I've seen sort of slow motions, close-ups, all that. We're changing our mind a little bit, aren't we, Christian?
A little bit. I think if you look at what they're saying about a deliberate attempt to play the ball from Beto, I think you see Gabriel kind of go for the square pass, Beto stick his leg out. What I saw originally was Gabriel kick it at Beto, and then it fall to Eddie Nketiah, but Gabriel's kicked it, Beto's then stuck his leg out and almost played the ball, and then it's landed to Nketiah.
If you ask me, right, it depends. I'm still unclear on this rule. If the rule is that had it been a deliberate action from the Everton player, then Eddie would be onside and the goal stands, then I actually think that goal should stand. Because that is a deliberate action. It's not even like it's like ricocheted off him. He has stuck his leg out to try and block that, but he just happens to have given it to Eddie.
But that's where the grey line is, because it's not a deliberate pass. It's a deliberate action to block the ball.
Yes, you're right.
Do you know what I mean? If he was deliberately trying to pass it back to the centre back and it goes to Eddie, I don't think they give offside. But I think they've seen it as
well done, Eddie. That's
nice
good.
from
That's
Eddie.
lovely. He's trying to block the ball, so that's obviously why they're giving offside.
Come on.
Saka goes for the switch to Trossard. Was that a handball? No. It's Trossard. Goes to Zinchenko out wide. Zinchenko into the box. Headed out by Branthwaite. And okay, we're back. We are back in. Good, better
Strong
start from
start.
Eddie. Eddie started that move, did really well. I've got myself a Ribena for the energy. I know the water wasn't quite doing it, I need sugar.
So you're having a cheeky little Dorito as well, mate.
Something stay off camera.
Fair enough.
Yes, I did run to Tesco. And cut it back for Odegaard.
Odegaard, man.
It's the wrong option.
As I was talking about Doritos, Fabio Vieira did a great run in behind. It's Odegaard! Saved by Pickford!
No!
Still Vieira!
No! What's he doing?
Arsenal have had 2 or 3 really good openings already in the first minute of this second half. Much, much better. So where do we start? Zinchenko plays it to Fabio. It's a lovely run. He fires it across goal. That's
Eddie.
becoming his trademark run.
The cut back
Saka
to
tries to
Odegaard
cut
there.
it back, but it's blocked. It doesn't get to Eddie. And then Odegaard's played in by Rice, and he gets a nice strike off, but it is just at the keeper, isn't it? He's trying to hit the target.
He's got to whip it far post, man.
Yeah, you got to pick out a corner there.
Yeah.
But
I think the thing that Pickford did well there is that he deflected the ball to the side rather than just push it straight out. So that was a good
Also,
goal.
nice pace from Vieira when he got in down the left there.
I'm impressed with Vieira. Really impressed with him.
Yeah, me too. He's playing well.
I take back what I said.
No, he ran into him.
it's a free kick to Everton here. Beto's coming to Gabriel.
Referee, I hope
he-
don't
if he
put-
can't-
Oh, come on.
Can I just say, look how much this referee fancies himself. I'm sorry.
He ran into him.
No!
Oh my word, he's given a yellow card.
What did he do?
Oh my gosh, that's
You know
terrible.
what?
If you want to give the foul, fine, yeah?
Yeah, Gabriel knows what he's doing. He knows what he's doing, man. Is it a yellow? I think it's his first foul that he's made, but, he definitely knows what he's
No,
doing.
but what is
You
the
know what?
defender meant to do there? Run out the way?
No, hold on.
Yeah.
I can live with the foul. If the foul, okay, yeah. But I can even live with the yellow. But they never booked Mikalenko.
Yeah. I know. It's the
For
inconsistency.
2
that
way
kills.
worse challenges.
I agree, 100%. If you book Mikalenko and it was... he was 2 for Mikalenko. The one on Saka, first of all, and then the one where he's...
Oh.
The red card one on Saka.
So here we are defending it now. Decore goes back.
Cool.
Arsenal made a really bright start in that first minute. Can they maintain this momentum? Oh, Ben White, was he fouled? He is. He's given a foul. That looks soft. It's gone our way, but let's call it, you know.
It's quite clever from Ben White there.
Well, that was all very exciting for a second.
Fast start, wasn't it?
So Arsenal keep
I'm still not sure about that Gabriel incident. I mean, what is he meant to do there? He just stood his ground for me.
Yeah.
Yellow
I think he
card
kind
seems
of
really
he put
harsh.
his arms in his body to look innocent, but I think he kind of did. He knew what he was doing in terms of blocking the player off.
I guess.
But I agree, the inconsistency of Mikalenko, and he definitely should have had a yellow.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
Everton got any cards?
Switch the Saka.
Yeah, Ashley Young for brutally smashing Trossard in the back of the leg. That's the kind of thing you'd expect the butcher to do, but obviously, Lissandro didn't quite have that moment yesterday. It's Saliba. He's gone for a switch pass out to Gabriel. We are so good at manipulating where the opposition are going to be, so that opening arises. Here's Odegaard. Really well defended by Branthwaite. I'll give him credit. He's defended really well. Yeah, and then he's saying to him, like, "Give it to me."
That's good defending.
But they've come away with it. Rice into Odegaard. Lovely
Nice.
feet.
Go on,
Finds
Zidane.
Zinchenko. Can he hit one? He does go to hit one. It's blocked.
It's taken ages to get out of his feet there, isn't he?
I think it hit an arm, but it was in his body, so they're never going to give it. But Zini did wind up for a shot there, and now they go down the line, and Trossard just puts it out. I think you would have had the first touch to deal with that, but okay. It was Zinchenko's effort.
Nah, it's in his body.
Oh, for sure, in his body. Let's get Frank's thoughts on what's been a far more exciting first 5 minutes of this than we saw for a lot of the first half. As Saliba goes back to Raya. Can Raya show the composure? He does. He needs help. Lovely from Arsenal. Frank.
Yeah, so I was calling for it during the half-time show to see the same energy that we saw this at the start of this game, at the start of the second half. And this first 5 minutes has been, once again, electric from Arsenal. The one thing that does concern me, and I think it's a really silly decision, that Gabriel's been given the yellow card. He is now on the booking, and these Everton, Beto especially, is giving us all sorts of problems up there. I'm a bit concerned that we might see a Gabriel sending off here, so maybe that could be a change just to shore up the defence that we could see happen. Of course, we've got the likes of Tomiyasu on the bench, so could we bring on Tomiyasu, put Ben White at centre back, or alternatively, bring Declan Rice into the centre of defence and bring on Jorginho to help us control the midfield a bit more. That might be. I'm interested to know what you think about that second one there, James. If Gabriel was to come off because of the booking,
I would just hope that. Listen, a really disciplined player doesn't need to come off because they're on a yellow, so I just really hope that... that's something, Grant Xhaka, all the red cards he got, he never got a red for 2 yellows. And here's Saka,
That's true.
trying to drive through. And here's Odegaard, come away with it. Finds Zinni, and it's opening up for Arsenal a little bit more. Wide to Trossard, who I don't think he's had the impact we'd have wanted from him in this game.
Come on, Leo.
But that's good.
Right.
Whips to the back post. That was much better from Trossard. Found it. Can the referee get out of the way, man? Well, he's looking like he wants a 1-2. Looks like he's part of Everton's 4-man midfield press. Get out of the way. Here's Ben White.
I do think Jesus is the sub.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, agreed.
And it's interesting you said about Gabriel, a real disciplined defender doesn't need to be taken off. Is he a real disciplined defender? I mean, towards the end of last season, he proved that he can be.
Yeah.
But he does have that rash.
He does have that in him.
Bozo
He loves
genes,
the tackle,
as they
that's the
say.
problem.
Yeah, he does.
Izzy, when are you making that change? Jesus.
Soon. I think get him on.
Well, now, just do it.
Now, just do it.
Right.
Eddie's not creating anything.
He's done tumour.
Arteta does like to wait though.
But he will, yeah, of course he will. He'll wait. 10 minutes then he'll change.
Oh, that's nice. Trip him up so you can pass around. That's clever. Until we gave it away. All right, come on. Yeah, Eddie's struggling to get involved. There have been moments where I think, I feel like Jesus would be there to spin a centre-back or do something. We're not pinning them back. We're not playing centrally because, I know.
No, they've been poor.
Yeah.
They're there for the taking, man.
I know. I agree. Just trying to look at that bench to see if there's any movement. But I think Arteta's the kind of manager who will look at this and go, we have them where we want them. So
Well, we did say
surely we'll eventually score.
And it's only 7, so maybe...
The game's 4 hours, maybe.
Goes wide to Raya.
Come on, boys.
Here's Trossard.
It's us for the possession
Well
again,
done.
though.
Well done, Leo. Well done.
Come on, opened up.
Well
Go
done,
on,
Leandro.
Go in.
Run.
Eddie, break.
Just run through the whole team and score.
Eddie's movement was
doing?
poor there.
It was poor. Fabio, he's had to come
Stuck to the
inside.
centre-back, he got no space.
Here's Zinni. Zinni on the ball. It was nice from Trossard, really do well to drag us up the pitch. And Zinni's looking for options as well. See, I think he's happy to ping it into Jesus' feet there if it's Jesus.
Yeah, I agree.
And here's Saka. They work this well. Goes back to Rice. Rice having to do everything. Can you play, mate? Can you create? Can you overlap, underlap? Can you defend the box?
That's all right.
Goes to the back post to Trossard. Oh, and he tried to pull it back. But Eddie wasn't quite there. Trossard actually did quite well with the header there. It was a ball to the back post. Pickford screaming. Who could have seen that coming?
Did well with the header, but do you think he could have taken it down?
Yeah, I don't know. A la Declan Rice, sort of.
Yeah. I think if he takes it down, he's got a shot on.
Here's Zinchenko with the throw. Better from Arsenal. Certainly feels like every attack's got more purpose.
Definitely does.
Danjuma, who nearly joined Everton in January, ended up joining Tottenham, having apparently done a medical and everything with Everton.
Go on,
It's
Fab.
good, Fabio.
You know what, Fabio? He's looking more confident in possession.
So confident.
100%.
He's just on it.
Yeah. And he's at the heart. Every time it does it, we're going to show some quality on the final third. He's at the heart of it.
Yeah. I think he was obviously not up to the level physically. I think fitness-wise last year.
Yeah.
He just kind of got lost in games. As soon as someone put a challenge in, he kind of lost his confidence.
Yeah.
But I think after kind of a year with being with the team, he's finding his own, man. And he showed glimpses, like I was saying before, he showed glimpses last season. And sometimes in the first season, that's all you need to show.
He scored really early on, no, for us.
But
last
the game
season.
against Brentford, yeah.
They've just shown it. The fewest touches in the game, Eddie Nketiah with 8. So, who needs Sky Sports? We're talking about this all game, people. You do need them to watch it, but that's not my point. Here's Mikel Arteta on the ball. You give it to Ben White for an Arsenal throw-in. 55 minutes played.
See, the problem with Eddie has is that when he's not getting fed directly with the ball, he won't do what Jesus would do, is drop a bit deeper, demand the ball, take a player on the pivot. You know, he's not really that. He's more of your poacher type of striker.
The opening just there when Zinni was going forward.
Saka
I think
back to Rice.
Jesus would have found, he would have known the moment to drop short to receive the ball to open it up.
Yeah.
Whereas Eddie was kind of stuck to the defender, didn't really know where to go.
It's weird because I've.
That's a
What a ball from Zinni to Trossard.
Get it right.
He's got his touch a bit heavy there. Oh! Back to the
It's coming.
Oh, that ball
Arsenal
deserved
looking
a
at
goal.
Zinchenko. What a pass. He just finds
Oh,
Trossard.
that's brilliant, man. He's onside as well.
He finds Trossard over the top.
He's taken way too long.
I was going to say.
he's taken way too
I
long,
think
man.
he should have fed Eddie there. You know, look, Eddie's makes a little run.
It's not actually a bad ball.
He's gone for that. That's a shot.
I didn't want to say it because I thought I was being harsh.
Yeah, no, he's
but
taken a long
I think Trossard actually.
Shot.
Oh. It's been pulled back for Trossard offside.
No, it wasn't. There's no way he was off.
Huh. I just think he should be capable of taking that touch quicker.
Yeah.
And then, you know, okay, if they block it after the cross, then fine. But it did take a little too long, I agree.
I think Martinelli does. He gets it down quick. Either opens up for a shot or picks a pass a bit quicker.
Only
I
Harry
do
Kane.
think in the end he chose a decent option. Like he did
No, yeah.
doing with the square to the back post, but it was
Good to see that Arsenal are looking a little bit more like they're mixing up their play. It's happening down the right with Odegaard, it's happening down the left too.
Oh,
Oh my word. Saka absolutely sandwiched there. They were just telling us that only Harry Kane has scored more goals, 10 in 12 against Everton, than Jesus with 9 goals and 8. So get him on the pitch, people.
Izzy wants him on.
I want him on. And I want him on now.
I get it.
We all agreed that he should get 10 minutes. Well, 10 minutes is gone. So, interestingly, though, Jesus not even warming up. So
That's the thing about Eddie, though. There can be all this talk. All of a sudden, he turns a defender,
That's it, yeah.
bang. He does have it in him.
I wouldn't be surprised if he scores.
No, exactly.
Shress says we're
Here we go,
playing.
here we
Go on. Go on.
Hey, speak of the devil when he shall appear.
Right to the back. Speak of the devil. What do you say? Will it show up here?
Speak of the devil and he shall appear. I thought he was going to score.
He got it a little bit earlier as well.
I think he should just hit this.
Yeah, I agree.
he didn't
Tried
need
to
that
buy
touch,
time.
did he? He didn't need that
Very
extra
good
touch.
from Tarkowski.
Yeah, great defender.
Oh, Eddie. Corner for Arsenal.
Come on.
I nearly predicted it. Maybe if I do it again.
Tress saying we're playing
Arsenal
like a
great from
Sunday League
corners.
team here. But I think this is harsh. I think Tress saying we're playing like a Sunday League side. I think this.
No.
I think we've been fine today. We just
Yeah.
need to up it. Oh, Gabriel
Bang
was
that.
waiting. Zinchenko.
Corner? Yes.
Corner.
Well, we said in the first half, didn't we? We played well, we just haven't created much.
When he says we're playing like a Sunday, what does he mean? Did he
Well, he says we pass here and there, but we get no goals in the end. Hoping Lord Havertz comes on for Eddie to score the
Really?
winner.
He is not an Arsenal fan. Lord Havertz.
Or he's a massive Arsenal fan.
He's the one who started Lord Bentner as well, I heard.
Oh, Bentner, he was someone, wasn't he? Saka. They
what
won't
are you
shoot
doing here?
Trossard this time.
It's got options.
What they're working here.
Vieira.
Go on,
Go on.
Zinchenko.
There's a handball there.
Oh.
It is, I think,
think
it's
he's outside.
untouched. They've given a corner.
They're going to check it. I think he's outside the box anyway.
Check it, isn't
Checking it.
I think they're going to tell him.
Checking.
I think they're going to tell him that it's near to his body here.
He's in the box.
And he's outside the box.
I think his
Alright,
arm's
that-
outside
they
the
won't
box.
give a
yeah.
pen.
Nah.
They don't give a pen. They don't give a pen. He's outside the box.
Yeah.
Oh!
No, it is.
Yes,
That
it is.
arm is outside
It's
the box.
It's the leading arm.
Yeah. I think that's the right decision.
Yeah.
Well, why does Tarkowski looks like he's off to have the check himself?
Are you still checking it?
We've got Frank. Look, there he is. Hey, Frank. You're literally right next to us, but you can't see that you're also on our screen. So, yeah, I know, it's very cool. Pen for you, Frank?
No, it's not a penalty. I think the contact comes from the leading arm, which is outside the box. So even if it was a handball, that VAR wouldn't have overturned it because they're not going to overturn it for a free kick. Only penalties. It's not a handball for me.
Zinchenko with another effort. Blocked. Falls to Saka. The shots are raining in. Zinchenko goes wide to Fabio Vieira. Nice ball into the box. Gabriel was waiting. Pickford claims. Good to see Frank on our screen. He was there. The only thing worse than one Frank is two Franks. Joking. I love you, mate. I love you.
You know what scares me about this?
What?
Maybe Havertz is the sub that he turns to.
Oh no.
When it's 0-0.
Do you know what? You're right. I didn't even think of that.
You know what though?
I saw a stat about Havertz scoring at Goodison Park.
Oh really?
Yeah. No, I'm not even joking.
Thing is,
You never know.
I put a lot of stock into stats and I do tactical insight and all that, sure. But I'm not sure Havertz has scored at Goodison is enough for me to feel like get him on.
He came on against France for Germany. He got an assist.
Nice football from Arsenal. Credit to the
Do you know what? He might bring him on, Havertz.
He will.
Because...
And he's kicked it away. The bloke should be sent off. Mikalenko kicks the ball away as he fouls Ben White. Sean Dyche from Shaw is
that Mikalenko again?
Screaming off about something. Look at him. I tell you what, you don't need the sound to know what he's saying. Yeah. Oh, there's only so many words start with F.
Come on.
Here's Odegaard.
Come on, boys.
Wide to Zinchenko. 30 minutes to go.
Zinchenko's having an increasingly influential.
I think he's been.
great.
I think he's been our best
brilliant.
player.
I'd agree. Definitely.
Along with the centre backs, maybe.
Yeah.
Him and Fabio.
Yeah. I think I like how Fabio has been trying to really get into dangerous areas.
I think the manager now needs to seriously think about making some changes.
100%.
Eddie's just not having the impact, is he?
He's not been in the game. But then, probably the best chance fell to him.
Yeah,
So it's
exactly.
like another ball
Try that ball again.
in behind. I think that was a little force though. There are plenty there.
We're excited because it worked last
try
time.
that. Calvert-Lewin coming on.
Oh, so he's a bit dangerous as well.
And he always plays well against us.
Always.
Ever since we got linked to him by the Sun or whatever.
To be fair, we've defended against Beto very well, so I can see why he's made that change. That begs the question, why isn't our manager thinking in a similar vein?
I think he thinks like this is the best we've played these last 15 minutes. Why change it? But it's because
Why change it?
there's better on the bench, like surely.
Yeah, there is.
That's always been a criticism I've had of Arteta, so I'm not being wise after the event. I do think that he needs to be a bit more proactive when it comes to the substitution.
So, you know you can bring on 5 subs, but you can only... Well done, Fabio Vieira. Give him a foul. You know you can only bring on the 5 subs in 3 separate windows, yeah. So I think a half time doesn't count. So I think a half time you can make the 4th. That could be a 4th window. But the reason I mention this is if he's to bring whatever changes he makes, he needs to be sure about. Because if he brings on Jesus for Eddie, the only changes he can then make are all 3 in that final window. Do you get what I'm saying?
Oh, because we've already
brought on Martinelli.
Yeah, you're right.
So I think there's a little part of him that's like, it wouldn't surprise me if his next changes are 2 subs, because he wants to almost make a bigger impact in that window. And I think managers think of this stuff sometimes.
Yeah, you have to.
Ooh, someone's gone down there.
Because you're right, if you make 1 sub, you've got 3 subs left, but you've only got 1 window, you have to make 3 subs at once, which we have seen him do.
Yeah.
But I agree, I think he will do Havertz and Jesus for Nketiah and Vieira.
Head injury.
Eddie. Who's gone down?
Gabriel.
Yeah, Gabriel's gone down, holding his head. What's going on here? Ben White, he's holding on a bit.
It's
It's unfortunate.
Elbow City.
I think it's all eyes on. There's been a few elbows from Everton, but I do think it's all like, there's Saliba. Saliba's telling him, yeah, look at that, ref. I think that'd be very harsh.
Do you think he might take, but do you think it's too harsh to take Trossard off? I know he came on as a sub, but maybe Reese's.
You're speaking my language. Yeah,
There we go.
I would.
Of course it's harsh, but he's played most of the
some
game.
movement now. I see some movement. Eddie, look, sorry, Jesus.
Tarkowski and Mikel Arteta are having it on the
Jesus.
touchline.
Jesus is gone. Oh, he's coming.
So it is
Tarkowski and
just-
Mikel
thank
Arteta
God.
are having it on the touchline. I don't think.
Eddie's off.
Here we go. Nketiah coming off. 65
Good.
minutes on. I don't think Arteta needs to get involved in this with Tarkowski because you watch. Okay, they've shaken hands, but yeah,
That's the
Right,
sub.
come on.
That's the sub.
He's going to come on the score.
Eddie,
Gabby.
I'll be really
Come on.
real with you, mate. I did an in focus video on you. I've given you the praise. You didn't do anything today, but okay.
No, it wasn't one of his finer days. As for this guy, we spoke a lot about him at the start, but he was arguably worse than Eddie.
Who, Beto?
Yeah.
I don't think
yeah,
he was
yeah.
worse. No, I think he was at least a handful. I don't think Eddie did anything today. I'm being genuinely honest. I don't think it was bad.
Beto didn't really trouble us much, did he?
Go on. Look, he's...
The thing is, Arteta will live and die by his decisions, right? Eddie, I think we understood him starting, but we all wanted and believed it should be Jesus.
Oh, well done, Bukayo.
I think the fact that Gabriel Jesus' record, what was it, 8 goals in 9 games against Everton, that suggested that he should have started to me.
All I'm saying is it always happens against Arsenal. Whenever it was like Drogba's got a good record, scored again.
Yeah,
Jamie Vardy, I think. Did Jamie Vardy have a good record against us? I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
No.
That's why I'm glad that.
Oh, no.
That's why I'm glad Højlund never scored. Because otherwise he would have gone on to score every single time he plays against us.
Yeah, you're right. That'd have kicked something off, wouldn't it? For sure. Rashford, I think, has got a few against us.
Yeah.
So why don't we use our one? We rarely have one like this.
No, we actually don't. A player where we're like, yeah, he always scores against this team.
Yeah, exactly. We never have that. Here's Rice. Arsenal haven't actually asked a question of Everton for the last probably 6-7 minutes. So can they get forward and make something happen? Here's Ben White. Oh, that was so shit.
Come on, boys.
Saka works hard though.
What's that?
And he's won a corner.
I'll take it.
Was he pulled back though there? I mean, he's not protesting for anything, but Mikalenko just sort of breathes out, exhales with a sort of like...
Is he still not on a yellow card?
No.
Ow!
No idea. Here we go, another corner for Arsenal, 67 on the clock.
This is the one.
Big Saliba header.
7 corners for Arsenal. I tell you what, the fact that we've limited them to 0
Yeah, it shows the domination.
is a big thing because that is how they hurt us last year. Is Odegaard. They haven't decided to double up that side, Everton. Odegaard whips to the back post.
Wrong ball.
Oh. Calvert-Lewin's on now. He was a threat from set pieces at Goodison last year. Pickford now with a long ball. Saliba wins his header. Trossard
Come on, Leo.
picks it up. Oh, he's done well. Just
That's
doesn't
it,
pass
that's
through
it.
Fine. Saka, lovely from Trossard. He's grown into this game more. He evaded a few challenges. Gave it to Saka, he's gone around the outside. And Nana concedes a corner. Yeah, I thought I might have got another touch off Saka, but
Was he celebrating that corner there? Was he frustrated?
oh, I think he was frustrated at. I don't know. Another corner for Arsenal.
Socrates back in the day when he used to celebrate 8 corners.
He would celebrate shielding it.
He'd celebrate
He'd
everything.
shield it. He'd be
wouldn't
like, I'll be like, mate, we're 2-0 down.
he? Exactly. Oh man.
Here we go again. Another corner.
Come on.
Gabriel Jesus just lurking on the goal, but no one on Pickford.
Come on, boys.
Trossard's in there with Saliba and White either side, and then it's Rice and Gabriel at the back post, and the same routine. Odegaard pulls it back to Fabio this time, and he's come back inside, and he goes back to always options. I'm sort of thinking,
That's
he's
it.
gone back to Saka.
Yes,
pulls
man.
it back to Trossard! Come on! Arsenal finally break through. What a brilliant goal! It's Leandro Trossard. And finally, on 68 minutes, Arsenal take the lead.
That's a very accomplished finish, though.
There's the Frank doing the Trossard celebration. Look at that.
The Frank.
I was trying to say the celebration, but you're now the Frank. You are the Frank now. And it's lovely interchange. Saka cuts it back to Trossard.
Oh, it's lovely.
And that is what you call guiding the ball, because Saka's put enough punch on it for him, and he just has to open his left foot. And actually, I lie. He actually has to put a little bit behind that, Trossard.
That's a lovely finish.
But Odegaard finds the underlap of Saka. They've worked the routine brilliantly, cuts it back, and really lovely control from Trossard. In off the post. Everton 0, Arsenal 1, and deservedly so. A much better second half. Let's get a live reaction from the Frank.
Come on.
The Frank has come back to the station. Okay, so that was a brilliantly worked goal. I think that's something that come off the straight off the training field. Maybe Fabio Vieira goes for the shot in an ideal world, but Saka's got the assist, Trossard's got the goal, a fantastic finish, and I've picked up fantasy points from Bukayo Saka, so smiles all around, and Arsenal 1-0 up. Come on, you Gunners.
There he is on our screen. This is big up production, man. Great work. Oh my word, they're in.
Well played.
Well done, Raya.
Are you right, Raya? Raya just thought I'll do some keepy-ups. What do they say? You're most vulnerable when you've just scored.
Yeah, exactly.
No.
Zinni does well. Here's Gabriel.
Come on, boys, get another one.
Instant impact from Gabriel Jesus. We all told you.
Told ya.
He had nothing to do with it, by the way. Just a bit of tongue-in-cheek for anyone who hasn't got the game on. Here's Gabriel. And can Arsenal now continue to build on this, because we've been totally dominant? It would be such a waste now to come back into our shell. You know, Everton have thrown so little. They haven't even had a corner.
No. We have seen us. Sorry.
No, carry on.
We have seen us do that though. I think a lot of the time last season, maybe not last season as much, but the
season
last few
before.
years, yeah. Like go 1-0 up, go 2-1 up, and just.
How many times I saw this from Rob Holding? And I was like, oh no.
Disgusting, isn't it?
Izzy, it's 1-0.
I'm happy. Do you know, I was just about to say it's going to be one of those games where we're going to get last minute. So I'm glad we've got one now. And I reckon we can get another one. I can't be dealing with last minutes.
No.
But we deserve another one.
We deserve to win this game. For
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, we've been the better team. But there is still a very significant amount of time.
There is.
To play.
If it's got to be a last minute, I'll take it.
Oh, I've got no doubt they'll add, a whole third half.
Great pass from
What a ball to Mikalenko.
Oh my God.
Saliba comes across well, and Everton finally have a corner. So this was the weapon last year. We've gone 71 minutes without conceding a corner to Everton. It reminds me of Pep Guardiola's Barcelona at the Champions League final against Man United, where they basically, I think they conceded one corner all game because they knew that was where Man United could probably have some joy against Barca. So what do you do if you're vulnerable to corners? Don't concede them. Arsenal have though. They've done well till now. Can they defend it? Calvert-Lewin, Onana, Tarkowski, Branthwaite, lots of big players in there, and Raya comes to claim. But he stops for an Odegaard head injury.
I love how we're clapping it. It's the easiest catch in the world.
Oh yeah, we will.
100%. Good debut, to be honest. I know he hasn't had much to do, but he has done.
I think he's going to be asked a lot of questions now. I think we're going to see Everton stick on him.
Yeah?
Yeah. Look at the ref getting him. Just give him the ball.
I do like his confidence, though. He looks very confident.
No, he does.
In everything he's done today.
He's got reason to be confident. That's the thing. He's a great goalkeeper. You've seen the training videos as well. He looks brilliant in them.
Yeah. Rivals were... When we signed Raya, it's so funny, because of all the signings we made, Declan Rice, the £100 million one, I think was the one that got everyone going, wow, they spend that money. The Timber signing, I think, is the one that, everyone was kind of like just excited about because he's such a baller. I think the Raya signing was the one that made people go, and I remember Gary Neville on the overlap saying, they've been quite ruthless, aren't they? Like, wow, they want to sign a goalkeeper that I think a lot of massive clubs wanted.
Yeah, I think Spurs would have had him. Well, Chelsea would have had him. He's better than Robert Sanchez.
Spurs tried to sign him.
Yeah, exactly. So Arteta, that's where I think Arteta must have said, "You're guaranteed game time."
Is Odegaard?
That's
it's brilliant. He's found Benny Blanco.
Bukayo.
And he goes to the back post.
Fabio! Leave it for Leandro, man.
Trossard was wanting that.
It's confidence from Vieira, though, to even go for that.
Yeah, good for him.
That's one of those I think he's pulled away last minute. Like, as he's about to strike, he's like, I shouldn't really leave this. Yeah. But brilliant from Odegaard. He's really come alive in this second half.
Oh, it's going right to Trossard. Look at that.
Yeah, Trossard's not happy with it.
Unlucky.
But good on Trossard, because I thought his first half was pretty poor. Saka's working really hard, and Mikalenko.
Well done.
He's having a shocker. Here's Odegaard. Driving inside.
He
nearly found Declan Rice. Rice, get back, mate, get back.
Run, Forrest, run.
And here come Everton. Jesus did work hard to get back, and there's White, and he goes back to Raya. Really good.
Slow from Odegaard, man. He's got to slip that through quicker, I think.
I think he just ran into trouble there, but Trossard, like I said, I thought he had a pretty poor first half, actually.
Yeah, I agree.
The time he was on. Second half, he's come alive, though, is he?
got his place.
It's just a lovely. I think he's.
I think he's good. Yeah.
There's an argument for him being the best finisher at the club. Is that harsh?
No.
Is that harsh? No,
I think he's a great finisher.
A brilliant finisher.
The goal he scored for us at Wembley.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Well, yeah. Deflection helps.
Yeah, but we won't talk about that.
There was a disallowed one, was it?
It happened.
Was it Leicester last year? The disallowed
No, but
one?
what's brilliant about that was the way he feinted and dragged it onto his left and got the shot away.
Yeah.
Like, he's very good at getting shots off, adjusting his feet. He's very two-footed, and that, you know, that helps massively. That gives you another string.
Yeah, and you see his goal for
bow,
Belgium in
it's
the
the
week
same.
as well. Was a brilliant finish.
Well done, Zinni, man.
Come on.
Lovely.
Guys, I've got some.
Oh.
Here's Jesus. You're
Yes.
in. He's in.
Go on,
Gabriel
go.
Jesus.
Nah.
Mikalenko.
He's got to get his body between there,
Yeah.
Jesus.
The first touch was very good. The bounce kind of let him down a bit.
They looked like they were in, and now the ball goes wide to Danjuma, who's 1-1 with Zinchenko. And here, Zinchenko hasn't been asked many questions in this sense yet.
boys.
No.
Ghana Gate,
Good.
wide, goal kick for Arsenal. I've got some amazing news, people. He's going to be with us on the screen. Oh, look at him. Look how happy he looks. We're going to have him all game. Frank, give us a wave. Look at that, amazing. Then you'll be able to see his reactions to everything. That's this you're going to see off camera when he's actually slagging off all the players.
Oh, that touch there,
Doing all
man.
sorts.
That could have been.
He kind of.
I think it was the bounce.
chested it
The
away
first touch
from
was
goal.
very good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it was
Then
spinning ball.
The second bounce was just slightly.
If he chests it forward and then gets his body in between him and the defender, he's in.
11 shots for Arsenal to Everton 6. About 27 touches in the opposition box.
Nothing stupid, boys.
Gabriel goes long to. Oh, what a touch! It nearly just fell.
Oh, he's in! He's in! Oh!
Is he onside?
I think he is.
Odegaard's through. He's driving a goal right first save. Falls to Fabio. Oh, blocked. Should really be 2-0.
Should 100% be 2-0.
Whoa.
He's got to be scoring now.
So it's just, what the hell happened? A bit of a mess, but Odegaard's through on goal. He goes to the right foot, right decision, and then it falls to Fabio, and the striker's really
amazing.
well blocked. Is that Tarkovsky?
Yeah.
Defended
No,
so
Mikalenko.
well.
Well done.
Great defending.
That is really
I hate
good.
to say it, but well done. That is
Really
brilliant
good.
defending. Brilliant block. And Arsenal are having chances to get this second, so come on.
Should really score there, man. I think Odegaard maybe even squares it instead of
I don't
shooting
know
on
if he
his
can
right.
dig out of his feet.
I know, yeah. It's
Right
tough.
foot, but
Come on.
being harsh, I don't know.
Yeah.
Is Fabio Vieira. Corner, cross.
Oh.
Not corner.
Let me catch that.
Came from a corner. Here's Declan Rice. Out wide right. Ben White back to Rice. Some really nice combinations down the right hand side. There's Salim into Zinchenko. Everton trying to press us a little bit more. And Zinchenko does really well there.
Good.
Finds
Come on.
Fabio. That's good from Fabio Vieira. That's really
Ref.
good. You've still got it, mate. You've got it. You've got it. It was a foul, ref. Well done.
Oh, played.
He's brilliant today.
He's been playing really
I
well.
think you can tell from body language when a player looks like they're going to lose the ball or not. And that whole time he looked like
Kai.
I know where to be and what to
Kai
do.
coming on?
I agree.
Kai Havertz coming on.
course. I
I
knew
don't
he'd
know.
come
I've got to be
on.
honest. I don't know about this one. It might be a set piece ploy.
And Tommy.
Tommy.
Tomiyasu. So the team's getting taller. I don't know if it's getting better, but the team's getting taller.
Well, who comes off?
I
Fabio
think
Vieira
Vieira
and
will come off.
Do you think Fabio will come
Zinchenko.
off?
We'll lose control when Zinchenko comes off.
This
that's
is
for
what
sure.
worries me.
Yeah.
They've got to maintain this
Yeah.
standard on the ball, though. This could end up being a really negative move from Arteta.
Yeah, it kind of strikes as him kind of solidifying the 1-0.
We need to get the 2-0 before he comes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
before they make the
100%.
subs.
Go
Here we go.
on.
Trossard's in. Pickford comes running out and actually does really well. Vieira,
Offside.
he's offside. That was good from Pickford, hate to say it. But then, if we concede from a corner,
Doing the subs
you know,
now.
and Vieira gets sort of battered at the back post or something, I don't know, they're preparing a sub as well. Is this James Garner? James Garner on for... Oh, this is our numbers.
Oh, it's
Zinchenko
Zinchenko.
off for Tomiyasu.
Yeah.
Well played, Zinni. Really good performance. We'll cross over to Frank in a sec for some of Zinni's numbers from the game, but he did really, really well. Kai Havertz on for Vieira. So we've predicted the subs exactly as they are. Well played, Zinni. Brilliant. Really good. Tomiyasu, I thought, did brilliantly against Man United when he came on.
He did. I love Tommy. And I don't like to be negative about anyone who plays for Arsenal, but I don't know what that sub, Vieira for Havertz, is giving you. I know you say height, fair enough.
Well, I hope.
I hope. He doesn't get stuck in. I don't think he offers you more than
Maybe
Vieira.
he will today.
Well, he came on against France, didn't he, for the last 15 minutes for Germany and got an assist, played quite well. So
it's worth noting that Vieira hasn't played 90 minutes for a while, but I'd get Jorginho on. I'd have gone Jorginho and Rice, 2 sitters.
Yeah.
But
Havertz is Arteta's guy.
The only issue I have with
Rice wins ahead,
and even the one you suggested, is that suggests that we're just closing up shop and attempting to take the 1-0. I think we've got enough control of the game to go and get another goal.
I agree.
Tarkowski's been brilliant.
It's going to be this for the rest of the game. Just long balls.
A lot of long ball, a lot of Deitch ball. Frank, question: Zinchenko's numbers. Anything sort of impressive to touch on? Well, I thought he looked brilliant on the eye.
So yeah, you wanted Zinchenko's numbers. He'd done a lot in the attacking third today. 3 attempts on goal. Unfortunately, all 3 were blocked. And in terms of his passing numbers, superb numbers from Zinchenko today. 68 completed passes out of 77. That's an 88.3% completion rate. A lot of those coming in the middle and attacking third. So like I said, he's probably done more attacking than he has defensively in this game. And that's really saying something for a fullback. But just on those changes, obviously Kai Havertz comes on. He was someone that I wanted to start the game. Obviously he got an assist for Germany during the international break, and hopefully I was hoping he could continue the momentum. However, I'm just hoping that touch wood that it doesn't happen. If a goal is to come from Everton, it doesn't come from him. Mainly because that will just add to any sort of agenda that these fans have against Kai Havertz. I just really don't want to see that happen. So I personally I would have agreed with you, James. I would have gone for Jorginho, but he's on now. We've got to get behind him. Hopefully he can help us see out the rest of this game.
Yeah, interesting numbers as well there from Zinchenko. We talked about it, most of those passes in the attacking middle third, he comes inside, he gives us so much in terms of control. So the question now is, what do Arsenal get in return out of Tommy? Do we get a safer defensive option, but also someone that can help us control games in another way? I felt against Man United when we were chasing a goal, Tomiyasu helped us keep them really pinned in. He was winning his balls really high up the pitch, and that's important too. Man City, how do they beat teams? By just keeping them pinned where they want them. So, like I said, the team's got taller, it's got more physical. How much do Arsenal have to kind of find that balance between, well, we want a second, but can't have everyone up the pitch, because Everton will probably leave a little less behind in the hope that they get something, and it's a really difficult time. You're in the 82nd minute.
Everton defensively today have been very good, very good. I think we can get a second goal. I think it's coming. I'm gonna say that it's coming. I think there is a second goal coming.
Here's Tomiyasu getting across there. He's just slipped. Ref, don't give a...
No.
Oh my
God.
I thought Tommy could have closed it there.
I think he just thought, let me not commit. But I can't believe he's given the free kick there. He slipped. You could see he slipped, man. Oh.
This feels like a big 10-15 minutes.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it's going to be one of them.
I know you don't like it, but it has to be a must-win.
David, James said after the first goal he doesn't want to sit back, but now he wants to have 2 holding mids. David, it's not... Football doesn't work like this. Just because you bring on a slightly more... Jorginho's also better on the ball, got a fantastic passing range, can be really good for controlling games, and it frees Declan Rice to be more box-to-box and get forward. And I'm saying all this as we're defending a free kick very well. But it doesn't mean you have to sit back just because you're going 2 holding mids, man. Come on, let's have more flexibility in our thinking. Here's James Garner, nice. It's blocked by Tomiyasu, and Raya keeps the ball.
Yeah, but you know what? I hear what you say, James, but I do think that the perception of those subs is one of containment, whereas I would like to see us be a bit more positive, even if it's only on the eye, because I do think there's another goal there.
So what looks like a positive change for you, just out of interest?
Bring on one of the more attacking-minded players. So we had like Tomiyasu and Havertz coming on. We know what role Havertz is going to perform.
I'm just not sure it needed to be changed. I think the Jesus sub, we were looking.
There's always a case for making subs in terms of bringing a bit more energy to the team.
Of course, but I don't think Vieira looked like he was lacking energy.
No, Tommy Asu for Zinchenko, I'm all right with. I just would have done Jorginho for.
I would have been tempted to give Smith Rowe or Reece a game, you know.
I don't think he trusts him. But he trusts Reece 85
I reckon he might
plus.
bring
He doesn't
Reece
trust
on.
Smith Rowe at all.
He's gone for the switch to White. That is brilliant from David Raya.
It's lovely.
What a lovely pass. Now here's Odegaard. And now Arsenal have played out this press really well. I'll tell you what, if they score, this will be one of the great goals. Here's Kai Havertz.
Come on, Kai.
Come on, Kai.
Come on, Kai.
No, don't shoot.
Goes wide to Trossard. And now he's gone for the underlap.
Oh, good ball! Oh.
And has he got a corner there?
No, it's gone out.
Oh, I thought we might have taken a...
That's what he needs for his confidence. Just a little cross, just dinks in at the back post.
Reminder, everyone, you can join
Wasn't far
us.
off.
That's not gone out.
Pickford touched it. You can join us on Fan Zone. Are you sure that's not taking deflection? Anyway, you can join us on Fan Zone. Download the app AFTV Plus. It's on Google Play Store. It's on the App Store as well. Free to download and free to join us on Fan Zone. We will be live on full time after this, where we will be chatting, reviewing the game, and then you can call and have your say. Whatever the weather, win, lose or draw, we will be there, and you get the chance to have your say here on AFTV. It's an amazing, guys. It's a really amazing way to interact with you guys, and it's something very unique here to AFTV. So do join us, and the app's got lots of other things it offers as well. Pickford on the ball, and the nerves are really kicking in now, people. Gabriel does well. Tommy does well.
Oh, Kai.
Well done, Kai.
Does well. I didn't want to say it too early.
Well done.
And Rice clears. Tarkowski. Trossard does
Well done,
well
Trossard.
there.
Oh,
And
praise.
well done, Trossard
Does well as well.
That's really lovely.
We have lost a bit of control since he's gone off.
Yeah. Yeah, we have.
What?
You just know if you give him the ball.
Oh, what's happened here?
He's given an Everton foul.
What happened?
Let's go over to Frank. Frankie, what do they say on commentary? What's going on here?
They haven't actually said why, but he's blown the whistle. He's pointing towards as if it's an Everton foul. I think there's maybe a little bit off the ball. I'm hoping we can get a replay.
Well, they're showing the referee talking to Tarkowski and Jesus. He's shaking a lot of hands today, Tarkowski. But Jesus
So he's
is still protesting.
Appointed captain. It was Pickford before, wasn't it? Everton captain. So he's recently.
Was it?
Yeah. Pickford was captain previously.
Is that Patterson who's come on for Ashley Young? Everton making changes. Of course, Arsenal can't make any more changes because of the 3 windows thing we talked about. So
of course.
We would normally have a 5th sub.
Yeah, you're right.
The team out there, whatever happens now, the team have to finish it.
Oh man.
Patterson on and Chamiti on as well.
I hold this pillow.
Yeah.
Young and
bear.
McNeil off. Yeah, that's why we eat. Hey, we ain't got nothing. Throw us something. I need something.
Yeah, take this little one.
Thank you, man. Stressful. Come on. I say stressful. I end up just beating up the bed.
This is kind of squeaky bum time, because if Everton were to somehow conjure up an equaliser, all that good work is undone now.
Oh, Raya.
Raya has
Raya's-
claimed.
it's foul.
Was
Well
our own
done,
player?
David.
No.
No.
Tarkowski again.
Tarkowski.
Tarkowski's been in the wars today. I've been impressed with him, to be fair. Oh.
He's kind of pushed Gabriel. Oh, that's a weird one.
God.
He actually was to land on his feet there.
Yeah, he
Raya.
did.
Good to see him come and claim that, though.
If you remember last season, it was him that stole in for the header. Remember, he sort of handed off Odegaard and
Yeah, I
scored the
do.
goal.
Can I give some credit to goalkeepers for a sec here, right? I'm not jinxing anything because obviously, I'm just talking about goalkeepers in general. When a long ball comes in like that, Frank, you're a goalkeeper, aren't you?
I'm still a goalkeeper.
What do you mean still? When that ball goes long, it must be so hard to know, like, where the ball is coming, judge the flight of it so you know where it's going to land, but also making a run knowing I'm not going to run into everyone, I've actually got the ability to come and get it.
No, listen, as a goalkeeper, it's very hard to come and collect that ball, mainly because people say it a lot, you've got to be insane to be a goalkeeper. You've got to be willing to throw yourself into a crowd of 7-8 people to come and claim a ball. It's a lot harder for me as well because I'm a much smaller goalkeeper, unfortunately. But credit to David Raya, he's come well and I know he didn't hold on to the ball, but he's got the foul from it, and it shows a lot of balls from David Raya.
I just think you're running, right? He's running and he's thinking, I'm just going to get the ball. But how does he know he's not going to clatter into his own play? He's got to be constantly like, where are my players? It must be a nightmare.
Similar to, do you watch a lot of rugby union? Do you watch it in rugby union? So when they have
Which one's union? The one the World Cup is now?
Yeah, so when the ball
rugby
goes
league
up
is
in the
the
air,
other, yeah, cool. No.
and then they have to catch it. You have to keep your eyes firmly on the ball and just focus on that rather than worry about who's in and around you.
Just going to say that judgment of distances.
No.
There's Patterson, goes right, Shamiti, is that who it was?
It's
No, it wasn't Shamiti, it was Calvert-Lewin.
He's hardly touched it.
Oh, Havertz, that touch is so poor and it sets us back. I mean, Rice gives it away. Let's not, take any responsibility away from him. But just that poor touch just set Arsenal just all over.
And how
the
much
place.
time extra would be added?
much
4.
for?
That's not bad.
There's been no wasted time that I can even
That's
see.
true.
Fair on Everton as well. I feel like even when they had the ball, they were trying to play forward in the first half.
7.5k live. Here's what you got to do. Like the video if you enjoyed it. Download AFTV plus the app if you want to join us for Fan Zone and you want to watch some of the amazing content we put out on that app, and of course all the other features. And what else is there to do? Sure, I can give them a second thing. I'll subscribe to AFTV. That's the third.
3.5 minutes away
There's your
from
task list, people.
ending the hoodoo.
Well done.
Good.
Well done, Kai. Well done.
Just got a game management now. And as I say that,
God.
Gabriel.
Jesus, man. What are you doing?
For 80 minutes, I'm a world-class commentator. For the last 10, you're just going to get
That's kind of what it is, though. Like,
and yes, I said world-class.
he's been brilliant up to then. But
he has, yeah, but it feels like we're
just
hanging
a little
on
bit
now
of
for some reason.
concentration, you know what I mean? It's so vital that they keep their concentration levels. We don't want no silly mistakes.
Football's a weird game.
3 minutes.
Dominate a game for 90 minutes and then you just feel like you're hanging on.
You know what they call that?
Well done, Kai.
Come on.
You know what they call that?
Good.
Finishing line syndrome.
Clincher's disease. I've
Finishing line syndrome. When the finishing line is in sight, sometimes runners will slip up, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And make a mistake.
I've never heard of it. Fun.
Yeah, finishing line syndrome. Check it out.
Check it out. Subscribe.
As a man that watches a lot of sport.
Another elbow.
Who's that gone down?
Jesus.
Jesus.
Did you give a foul?
Kai Havertz, I don't know what that was, but fair enough. Fair enough. I don't know what's going on. Saka's been fouled. Jesus took one in the head. Kai Havertz, I'm not sure what happened, but he's got us the ball, so I'll give him credit. Tarkowski talking to the ref again. James Garner's moaning about something.
You know he's going to play till 95 now because of this.
Oh,
Yeah.
of course, yeah.
2 minutes, boys, come on.
2 minutes to go.
It's gonna be.
I'm surprised we didn't get like a 23 minutes added on, extra time, penalty shootout to decide a winner, all that.
It's good to see they're not just doing it for the sake of it, and it actually is, when there is time wasted or...
I agree. I think that's the only way their point gets made.
Oh, good play by
lovely.
Jesus.
I feel like
Win that.
Well done.
I feel like in the World Cup they were doing it for the sake of it.
You got to win this. Oh no.
Just take him out there.
Gabriel's on a yellow, so he's got to be really careful. I just realised.
They've lost the one anyway.
Well done.
It's well defended, actually.
That was well defended because he was on a yellow.
Yeah.
I think for a second he thought, let me
I'm
just
saying
put
take
him
him out.
back.
See, what you got to do now.
Well, if he gets sent off now, it's alright, isn't it?
No, what you got to do there is use his physical strength. Just stay solid.
Yeah,
Don't lunge in or do
Goes
anything.
long
Yeah.
to Gabby Jesus.
Come on.
Odegaard, lovely touch. Just what
done,
we
Martin.
needed.
Go, Sam.
That is so underrated.
That's
That's as good as a big tackle or whatever.
Yeah.
He just gets us on the ball, and we win a.
Perfect.
Good.
I think
Martin Odegaard.
I think we should give Saka a shout out today as well. I think he's been really good today. Saka.
Everton fans leaving early. Which
A lot of
Sorry?
them as well.
Saka. I think he's had a good game.
Yeah, he's been a
Yeah.
lot better. No, he has. I agree.
I think he's looked towards his best.
Corner.
Is it us? Yeah.
Yes, well done. It was a corner.
I think that's pretty much it now.
Oh,
Surely.
Don't say it.
Laurie,
What's he done?
We said he'll play till 95 anyway, didn't we?
God.
What's he shaking his head for? The game's over.
Oh,
man.
the
So
ball's in
sick
play.
of you, Laurie.
The game's over.
I'm so sick of you.
Game done.
What's going on?
That's us. That's corner.
Corner.
Take that. Yes.
Ooh. Yeah, Mikalenko, you've been a joke today, mate. Come on. I don't know what you've done here, but you've been lucky to even be on the pitch. Good block earlier, but that's the most I'll give him.
It's got to be
Come
done.
on.
Here we go.
Just blow it, ref. Come on.
Telling Idrissa Gana Gay to step back. and Saka and Jesus. There you go. And
Oh, none of that.
What's going?
oh no, that
Blow it.
wasn't clever.
I don't know. He's got his whistle in his mouth.
Is that it?
Yeah, he's blown it.
Yes! Arsenal win at Goodison Park.
Come on, boy.
For the first time since 2017, 5 without a win. But Mikel Arteta's Arsenal with a very professional, very, important, committed performance where maybe we weren't creating all the chances, but this is definitely the most cohesive Arsenal have looked as an attacking and defensive outlet. It is a clean sheet for David Raya on his debut. It's a goal from Leandro Trossard off the bench. Martinelli went off early, but hopefully he's okay. He was seen walking out, and Arsenal get a crucial 3 points to take into next week's North London derby. Is he your reaction?
I thought it was great play. I thought we were so calm on the ball. I didn't feel stressed out. Well, a little bit stressed at the end. I was a bit that they were going to get a goal, but we kept it clean. I thought Raya slotted in so well. I actually forgot it wasn't Ramsdale, you know? It was Raya, and he was so comfortable in goal. Yeah, brilliant.
Lovely embrace
Happy.
from Trossard and Arteta there. Arteta knows he's gotten the win. Christian, we were talking about the lack of creating chance in the first half. We now look at it across a 90. I think across a 90, I don't think many teams will create more. They're going to defend well. We have plenty of openings. Second half was a lot better. But we're not just going all out attack or just, give it everything, because we're not capable. I think there's also an idea and a sense of we need to protect our goal. And this was very complete. This reminds me of the Leicester win last year away from home, where it was 1-0, we didn't create an abundance of chances, but the whole game, Arsenal had Everton where they wanted them. And that, for me, has been our performance of the season.
I agree. It was a very, very solid, and it looked like an experienced performance.
Yeah.
I think it's easy to, for these young players before the game, we haven't won here in this many years and we're cursed and this and that. I think for them to go out, put in that performance, I know we were saying at half-time and before half-time that we weren't creating enough. And I don't think we were, but it was a good performance. I don't think Arteta would have been happy at half-time. I think he would have wanted to create more with the amount of possession we had. But second half, it looked like I don't want to say a different team because we were still playing really well, but in terms of penetrating the defence and actually opening them up and creating chances, so much better in the second half.
It's been 5 Premier League game weeks, Laurie. So it's too early to say anything about how crucial this is for the title race, but I just always have it in my mind. Winners, but Premier League winners, they get the job done at Goodison. I don't know why. It just feels like there is something about that. Zinchenko chatting to his Ukrainian
teammate.
You
can see how pleased the manager and the players are. First of all,
David Raya
they've diminished the hoodoo, or whatever people want to say.
And it's always good.
It's a good win. And for me, this is the start of a big week for Arsenal. We've got 3 games in the week today, Champions League game midweek, and of course the North London derby next week. It was vital that we got off to a good start. So in so many ways, this was a very good win. You guys have said it as well. It was our most fluid performance. Still not hit the levels, but definitely an improvement on the. And what I would say as well is that personally, I think 1-0 flattered Everton.
I agree.
I think we probably could have been 2 or 3 to the
But on the flip side, did we not look incredibly sound as a defensive unit?
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
Everton did nothing, and I can't help but feel that you don't get that if you are playing that same high intensity, chance after chance, press football we saw last year. There's a reason Man City won the treble in the year they played probably their least expansive football.
Yeah. You said it when there's about 10-15 minutes to go, and I said Raya hasn't really had anything to do. You said I think we'll see him in action now, coming out, collecting crosses, shots. But I think in you, that's almost a bit of an old, scared Arsenal fan saying that because we've seen so much of that in the past. And it's in me. It's in pretty much every Arsenal fan that it's going to get to the last 10 minutes. They're going to pepper our goal. We're going to be holding on. But we're seeing more and more of these performances where that's just not happening. We saw it against Palace. Okay, against Palace we had 10 men and they did have a few more chances, but it was still a composed performance. And this was really composed to just see it out, man.
I said as well during the game that we'd seen Beto off, and we'd spoken a lot about Beto during the show, saying that he was a legitimate threat. He got subbed off, he didn't do much. Calvert-Lewin come on, didn't really do anything. Okay, he had that little breakaway. But I think we defended very, very well. And as I said, that combination between Saliba and Gabriel, I love that combination, and it just goes to show that when they were being paired at the start of the season, we were all asking questions. I think you can see why. I
think Arsenal will reflect on, we're looking at the league table, Arsenal sit fourth because of goal difference. Only City have gone 5 for 5, so we're level on points with Tottenham and Liverpool as well. I think the thing, Arsenal, people might talk about the underwhelming performances of our start, and I think today was definitely a level up, and the Man United game was obviously just such a great way to win it the way we did. I do think Forest at home, Fulham at home, you expect to win those. We took 4 points out of 6. Palace away, Man United at home, and Everton away, also 3 in that first 5. That's tricky. Yeah. And we got 9 for 9 there. 2 clean sheets in there, a 3-1 win. Yeah. That's impressive.
13 out of 15 from the first 5 games is not a bad return. I think if you said to any fan from those games, would you take 13 before the season?
I think they'd have been all right with it, yeah.
100%. Yeah. And it's funny that the game we dropped points in is a game we should have comfortably seen out.
And we end up taking the lead in it.
Yeah, exactly. 2-1 up, 10 men. It could easily be 15 from 15, and arguably we haven't even seen the best from us yet.
Yeah. I do want to see more goals. I want more goals. I think we have it in us. We're just not getting them.
Do you think we created enough today to have those more goals, or are you saying you think the football needs to improve?
I think in general, when Arsenal play, we need to be creating more goals because we can, and we've got so many versatile players who can score goals.
Yeah.
All of them are capable of it, but you know, I'm happy with the 1-0, but I want more.
I've always said away from home, I'm less bothered about our fluidity and our chance creation and all that. I need us to look a really solid unit that have come here. We're not put off by the lights at Selhurst, the loud crowd at Goodison in their final game against Arsenal before they moved stadiums, that we're not sort of overawed by these away occasions, that we're able to go, 1-0 or 2-0, got the goal, shut up shop. I'm glad that we're showing that. Arteta's built resilience in this team. Final thoughts from Frank, from the Frank. Apologies, I should call you by your real name.
I feel like this is going to stick now, and it's absolutely hilarious. Look, Goodison Park has been somewhat of a bad luck charm for us over the years, and I'm so happy that we've got the win here today. As Izzy said, I don't mind a 1-0 to the Arsenal either, the good old saying. But just for context of how long it's been since we actually won at Goodison Park, I said it at half-time, and I'm not sure if you guys would have heard it. Here's a reminder of some of the players that were actually on the score sheet that day. Nacho Monreal, Mesut Ozil, Alex Lacazette, Aaron Ramsey, Alexis Sanchez, and Jack Wilshere also got an assist on the day. So it's been that long since we got the 3 points at Goodison Park. So we've got the 3 points. We move up to 4th in the Premier League. I'm happy. Come on, you Gunners.
Yeah, I think we're all delighted. Well done, Arsenal. We are going to be reacting to this all in a plethora of ways. I want to use a big word. I was trying to be Laurie. Arsenal beat Everton. We'll be reacting to it by the fan cams that you'll see in the studio. Of course, fan cams outside as well after the game. We'll be live on a Twitter space on Tuesday to talk all things Arsenal, looking ahead to the Champions League on Wednesday and more. But the biggest and best place to have your say on AFTV is downloading the AFTV Plus app. Super simple. Go on your phone, we have a smartphone, go on your App Store, go on the Google Play Store, free to download and free to sign up to Fan Zone. Super easy. When you jump in, one of our amazing members of production will introduce themselves, chat to you, do a couple of little checks, and you will be there on the show to chat to us and react to a very, very good win at Goodison Park. All right, big thank you to everyone that's joined us, everyone in the comment section. Subscribe to AFTV if you haven't yet. A big thank you to Christian, who's been absolutely superb. Where can everyone find you, Christian?
You can find me on Instagram at @onlyChristianTy or YouTube Christian Ty, and TikTok in the same place.
Amazing. And amazing Izzy, who's been fantastic. Thank you for joining us. Any socials you want to tell?
At Izzy Xenolock.
There you go. And Laurie, where, apart from here, always on the sofa next to me, where can everyone find you?
At Laurie AFTV. You can find me doing the fan zones, doing the watch-alongs. We're busy during the week, and you can also catch me on our sister channel, DR Sports.
There you go. Big thanks to Laurie, been amazing. Frank as well, fantastic. Frank, go on, tell them where they can find you. Go on.
Okay, here we go. So on Instagram, you can find me at FrankHastings01, and on TikTok, FHastings2001.
Amazing. We'll be live very soon to react to a crucial win. See you very soon.